Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Osprey Gamers presents Dungeon Masters. That's what we're playing. This is episode 5 of Tales of Diademia for the Mind Games chapter for Team Machina. We are going to be having quite a large party today because a lot of people showed up that I didn't think was going to show up, and then I just added them last second, so that's why we're kind of late. But anyways, it's all good. Let me just transition us and get started here. I will introduce everybody so that we kind of we're all kind of on the same page, if you know what I'm saying. Just like we're just we're just uh we're just some guys playing some games, doing some goofs, the huge, you know. So it should be pretty fun. Let me see here, because the screen is not working like I would like it to, because it did this thing where it just exploded. But yeah, we'll work around it. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Do I need to move these guys in a little bit more? Maybe. There. That's perfect. Perfect. Now I gotta make it to where these guys can hear me, and I can hear them, and you all can hear them, because right now nobody can hear anybody except me babbling about various things that I have no control over. So, okay, little whale's laughing. I can hear that, even if it's in the other room. There we go. Wait, no, that's not the right one. That's
like
the
Discord
right.
or something.
There we
You didn't mute
go.
yourself in the stream or
What?
on the
Y'all
Zoom
just
call.
talking shit this whole time?
No, I was muted. I was
Oh,
being
okay.
respectful and
Okay.
waiting.
Okay, I was making sure. I was like, Jesus, I was gone for 2 minutes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we have a full party today. We have the return of Fang and Artis, and then, although they're AFK, we are going to be having Daven and Cross, as well as Manitsu. Um, Cross, everyone who has been watching all the episodes, not just some of the episodes, will know that he's from Team Prime, and he's come over here with the last thing that happened in the last episode. No spoilers, but if you haven't seen it, go give it a watch, because it got pretty intense, if you know what I'm saying. Um, Aside from that, uh, two of our returning party members, David and Monastu, are here, which we're gonna open up the story with them. Who put that happy face there? Get rid of that happy face.
What are you talking about?
There's a happy face on the screen.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, this
Oh,
is why
weird.
we can't.
Oh,
It's
I
not
see
anymore.
it.
I
don't
know
know.
exactly
I didn't.
who drew it.
Who
Because
drew it?
just because you changed your color does not mean I do not know who drew it. Also, disclaimer, do
Yeah,
not draw any
Cross.
penises or anything like that, because we are streaming. We are live.
I was not gonna. Okay, if I
I
saw
just know
penis on there, I would
maintainers'
have
logic,
removed it.
and I just want to put that out there. Because they'd be like,
That's
oh,
why
you
when
didn't tell us not to
someone
draw
drew
any
the
dicks.
when someone drew the smiley face, I wasn't gonna. It was fine. If someone had
I
drawn a
swear,
penis,
I scroll around this freaking map and I see any schlong freaking drawn things, I'm gonna lose my entire shit. So keep that
it
in
was
mind.
all the bullshit.
It's gonna be a quick stream. It's gonna end abruptly. Penis and done. But yeah, we have the return of Fang and Artis, who, as you know, him and the other party members, Hope and Heart, are kind of they're a little worse for wear, as far as party members go. They slaughtered some of the town guests, which they did not know. Just to put that out there, they're not going around freaking decapitating people on a daily basis, but the harbinger kind of did a little ruse trick, so there's fun things there. But aside from that, we remember that Monastu and Davin were brought back to the Pathway Inn by Hart, who kind of trekked through the snowy paths to find their cold, almost dead bodies. And while they were recovering, Fang left word that if they should so choose to meet up with them in the neighboring town or city, and before they got a chance to get there, they were attacked by a bunch of undead and other fiendish creatures, and then the Harbinger itself, and then it was pretty much game over. So they never actually got to leave the town, but nobody knows that. All they know is that such and such party just killed a bunch of people, and it's not looking too good. So it's gonna be fun because we got all that to contend with. But yeah, other than that, we're just gonna start things off and enjoy the shenanigans that are about to happen, because I'm pretty sure a lot of shenanigans are about to take place. And yeah, so at the pathway inn itself, Monastu and Thaven have kind of been recuperating. It's great when there's fire and other things that can keep you warm and keep you from being freaking hypothermic. But they haven't exactly left their rooms, which I can even put y'all in the rooms since I made it closer and more convenient. But yeah, I'll put you in that bed and I'll put you in the other bed. But yeah, it's been an interesting little thing. So around this time, there's like a lot of ruckus that kind of wakes the both of you two up, and you don't know exactly where you are. Like, Monastu might have been to Tolran before, but waking up in a bed that isn't your bed is always that jarring feeling of like, where the fuck am I kind of deal. So that's kind of where y'all are at right now. So as you went the wrong way, as you wake up, you just hear like a lot of jostling coming from like the downstairs area of the inn, but you're still currently in your rooms, if that makes sense.
Go.
And Ball is in Monastu and Davin's court.
Thaven is still muted on the street or in the call, so he needs to unmute himself.
Comes back on. Oh, man.
Basically, you just woke up in a bed and you don't know where you are. And your buddy Thaven is also in the bed next to you.
I'm going to go and wake him up.
Oh, okay.
Because apparently he's still asleep.
He's asleep and talking to himself.
What in tarnation is going on down there?
There you go.
It was dealing with some out of game stuff.
Ah, okay. It's all good. It's all good. So you both wake up. You both don't know where you are. You just both know that you're in a bed. Beds. Separate beds. Not the same bed. Oh, he just leaves. He's like,
He just
deuce.
walks out.
I looked down the hallway to see what's going on, where the noise is coming from.
You can kind of hear that coming from the downstairs area. Like, down these stairs.
I try to see what's going on with the person next to me.
I'm awake. I'm just trying to figure out what my surroundings, what's going on.
Come on, let's go check it out. Here's coming from
Alright.
downstairs.
Let's go. So we just moved to downstairs.
Yep, which is up here. And this guy. I'll just move you to boop and boop. So you come downstairs. The inn has like a lot of people. I'm not gonna actually put them all in there, but it's kind of full. The innkeeper Mildred, she's trying to like calm people, but you hear them all just like yelling and screaming and kind of like going abouts in a panicky sort of sense. And yeah, they just killed like so many people, and they're all dead, and Sylvia's dead, and it's a mess. It's just crazy. They're just like rambling on about apparently a bunch of dead people, bunch of dead townspeople.
I go to the person who's spazzing out and say, "What happened?"
What happened?
And this like halfling person just looks up at you and is like, "Oh, haven't you heard the massacre at the markets? It's so bad. There's so many dead people, so much blood."
Nice. Looks like we got something to do.
I can just imagine just this drow coming down with like, nice.
Do you know who did it? Or the people they look like?
It was a tiefling, elf girl, giant lizard thing, and another elf girl. Because Artis looks like a female.
Well, those figurines sound familiar.
Oh, great. What our friends get ourselves into.
All right, let's go see.
So I'll zoom out.
Not have said that out loud.
What?
Like, what did our friends get themselves into? Not a good.
I said that underneath my breath, if anything.
All the dead bodies
I should state that.
are kind of at this market over here. I'll move these people over because obviously chaos. So, the festivities from the market fair that they had are kind of like abruptly ended. Like, there's nobles kind of leaving on airships and all this other stuff, but you can distinctly see, I don't know if y'all can see on the map if you zoom out, this area that I'm pinging.
Okay.
But that's where the people from the inn would have directed you all towards, if that's the direction you want to go. If that
All
makes
right.
sense.
So before I head out, I'll get a drink real quick and see what's going on.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna head outside and examine the surroundings of the town.
Once you come outside, you see the horses that aren't necessarily recognizable to you, but it's the horses that Irathos and the other party members have been using, which are still kind of hitched to the horse pins by that area. Other than that, you see a bunch of people throughout the town just like scattering about, people like leaving out of buildings, some people like leaving town altogether, and then various airships just like leaving abruptly. Overall, just basic chaos.
Chaos?
Yeah.
Got it.
Try to hurry up and down this thing and then head out the door.
Boop. But yeah, one of the familiarish looking henchmen from Faint's group kind of like stumbles down. He's a bit bloodied up, more bad than what y'all last seen him as. He's just a crew member from the airship that y'all were on that got destroyed. He's crooked again.
What happened?
The man's drunk.
What happened?
It's you. It's just this This drow spinning around. Look at me.
I gotta check my surroundings before I see what's going on.
Go home, you're drunk.
All right. All right. What happened? So what happened? What happened? Where'd you come from? What's going on down there?
The docks, Faint tried a sneak attack to get one of the airships as a distraction for your other party members to escape, but it did not go as planned. I am fairly certain that Faint is captured, and I barely escaped with my life.
All right. Let's go see if we can try to circle around back.
Oh, excuse me, I'll just make my way into the inn and get me a beer.
All right. Want to try to sneak around from the back, or you want to try to go charging forward?
Oh, it'd be smarter to go around back and scout around.
No fun, but all right. It's more likely to live.
Whoa, he just freaking ninja. He just, whoop. Before y'all can, like, make a master plan, you see this, like, dark Esper, like, portals start to form in front of you. Just, like, right here-ish. Boop. Like, right in this area. Very notable. And out comes this older man and this winged fellow. There you go. Cross, the winged fellow is kind of like in the air, and there's like espers that kind of like drag him back down to the ground. You really need to stop flying away every time you get slightly spooked.
Whoa. Hold on. Now you take me somewhere?
Yes,
Where are we now?
we're in a safe place, my friend.
A safe place. I've been told that so many times during this life. What's going on?
I am pretty sure Vladimir is dead, if I am not completely mistaken.
You might be right, but what does that have to do with me?
Let's say I sense auras, and the aura of your other compatriots was not in your favor, if that makes sense.
Okay, well, we definitely have one thing in common because I definitely was planning on murdering them one by one eventually. But what's your deal in this? So I understand that you're actually friends with Vlad.
Yes, well, I guess was friends at this present state.
Okay.
He kind of looks over and sees the two of you just standing there. Excuse me, are you from this town?
No, I'm not from this town. I just woke up here.
Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But it's to you.
I am Omen, and this here is Cross. We're not from around these parts. Either.
Well, I'll
Hey,
let you know. I'm from a place called What's to you.
As I was telling my friend, I sense auras, and you two have auras that are a bit, giving off a bit of confusion.
What's the matter? Can't catch my vibe?
I think I like this place. I like his vibe.
It's just this cool drow, just like, hey, what's happening?
So where's the danger?
Danger? He says before he can even like get the sentence out. There's like more screams and chaos coming from the market area. Danger. Well, shall we go investigate?
Sure, it's
I
not
mean,
like I have a choice.
Yeah.
If you're gonna drag me around.
I'm not going to drag you around. That's uncultured. we'll just make our way over there, you know, casually, like casual people do, casually.
Okay, I'll fly
Who's
over.
drawing squares? Oops, sorry. Boop, boop. And then up, and then that way, and then can I just like grab all these people and just move them all
You
at
should be able
once?
to if you drag box.
Drag and drop.
Whee!
Drag and drop.
There we go. And then Cross makes his way over as well. You arrive. There's bodies everywhere. I can even put the KO count out here, but there's bodies all over, just like littered around the area of dead, just like townsfolk. You see two people kind of like examining some of the dead bodies to make sure or confirm that they're dead.
I feel like I just got told that this place was safe.
Even the dead body of not the mayor, but the coordinator of the town, Sylvia. Wow, this is terrible. Who could have done such a thing? What is this? Get rid of the junk. This woman looks over to the group that just arrived and like the Aracora that just flew in. Do any of you... Oh, Mike's, welcome. Nice. Nice. Whiskey, sugar, and soda. Can this Saturday get any better? She looks over to you. Who are all of you people?
Okay, so I'm not the only one who's lost.
Yeah.
I just heard some action was going down. Wanted to go investigate.
Cross is just looking around at all the dead bodies and thinking this really isn't a safe place.
Well, apparently they said that some people in town just killed a bunch of folk here. One was a dragonborn, another was like this lizard folk guy, and then there were some elves. Or, no, not a dragonborn, a tiefling. Yes.
Anybody see where they went?
No, by the time we got here, all we saw were the dead bodies.
Was there anyone else besides them that came through?
Not from what the passerbyers are saying. Well, this is rather abrupt. Omen kind of like looks at Monastew, and he's like, young man, can you come with me for a second? I want to talk to you about something.
Sure. I will slowly follow him,
He's just
but
over
keeping
here
my
by his-
distance.
Yeah, I'll never see you again. Bye.
There's a strange aura coming off of you.
And what would that be?
It's something on your person. Something you have.
I have.
Yes.
All I have on me is my personal stuff, so.
He like points, and there's like, in one of your bags compartments, there's like a glowy sense coming out of it.
I look into the bag, but I don't take it out to see what it is.
When you look in, you see a very well-crafted homunculi.
Homunculi.
Which you can do I think, Arcana check to see if you yourself knows what a homunculi is.
Okay. I will do that.
If it's easier to do it on roll or D&D Beyond, you could do it there, but you can also roll in Roll20 if you want.
What's the? It's just a D20, right?
D20 plus your Arcana modifier, whatever your Arcana number is.
9.
Yeah, so it should be pretty high.
No, I mean I got a 9.
Oh, you got a 9. You're able to determine that homunculi from what you've vaguely come in contact with during your studies, is used as a energy source for Warforged here. Basically, the Warforged needs the homunculi to like give it life. You don't sense that aura coming off of you?
I'm just gonna say I have no idea what this man's talking about and keep it in the back.
Okay. Well, you should probably get it checked out, if at all anything. Just saying. It's a weird aura. And he like walks back over. So, who are you for? The chick says.
The name's Steven.
Oh, David. I don't believe I've ever heard a name such as that.
Neither have I heard yours.
Oh, my name's Donna.
Donna.
Yes.
Nice.
Donna Rosemary, at your service.
What brings you to these parts?
I live here, actually.
Oh.
Pretty crazy place to live, it seems.
Yes, normally it's not this chaotic.
A little bit of table talk here, but anybody, since I was gone at the time, was there any explanation on where the people went?
You're talking about like Fang and the rest of them?
Sure.
Not necessarily, because table talk wise, the Harbinger kind of opened portals and took them to different places, so they're not here presently.
I was more referring to like the people who did this madness in the town here.
Oh, it was Fang in the party. Because the townspeople looked like undead, and you kill undead as you do when you encounter them. And then when the Harbinger showed up, it dropped the ruse of the enchantment that it put on the townspeople, so it turned the townspeople back into like the regular folk that they were. And yeah.
Got it. Cool.
Have y'all seen a tiefling or lizard folk or elves recently?
Recently, no, but I have seen them before.
I may have seen them. I'm Cross, by the way, and I'm pretty new here too. I just pretty much got taken by Nemo.
My name is Omen, and
Omen.
you can't use take so sparingly as you have been. Makes it seem like I have kidnapped you against your will.
Well, for now, it seems like it may have been a favor to get away from those that I didn't like the presence of, but I'm not fully convinced yet.
Ooh, my map's all uncentered. There we go.
I wish I had enough screens to actually keep everything in check.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
How many? Stop drawing! I need to stay focused. There we go. Well, I could give the descriptions of them that I found. If that'll help determine
The
whether or not it's the actual people that you might have known, or if it's just a random tiefling
Oh,
and or
okay.
elf that you know.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
I was just
yeah.
with a group of some. So, what are the descriptions?
There was a elf woman that looks something like this. However, the image that she describes is much more commonly than the princess or the princess's description. All intents and purposes, you wouldn't necessarily know what she looks like because whenever you have seen Hope in the past, she's looked like a hobgoblin. So that
A common
that
elf.
that description doesn't sound familiar. When she describes Hart, who was under a ruse or he was wearing the necklace that Hope normally wears. He looked like a blue tiefling that also doesn't ring a bell because you haven't encountered any blue tieflings that you know of, at least. When she talks about what's his name, Fang, it's like a slightly similar description. However, I think Fang used like a disguise kit, so even he didn't necessarily look exactly like you're used to. And then finally, Artis, since no one knew who Artis was, Fang and everybody didn't have to disguise how he looked because he can kind of like blend in with the rest of them. But Artis's description kind of like matches what you would know him to be. However, they're under the assumption that he's a female because he's just like another pretty boy elf.
I'm literally filming right now.
So, oh my gosh. I'm about to ban F&H Paul if he keeps it up. Keep it up, Paul. Change all your colors you want, but I know who you is.
You know where I was, right? Next to you this entire time.
So out of all those descriptions, only Daven and Monastu will recognize Artis's description, if that makes sense.
Okay.
God,
So
I have no idea who those people are.
Yes, I'm sure. But I can't.
Spells, other things.
Ow, man.
There we go.
Well, if you all don't have any further information, I guess I'll just try and find some of the other townspeople that might can help out more.
Yeah, I personally have no info.
Yes, I'm not sure, but or what's his name again? Odin.
Omen?
Omen.
Nemo.
Omen. Yeah, Nemo. Odin. My gosh, he senses auras, so maybe ask him. Does he know?
She looks over to Omen and, well, do you by chance know anything? Oh, my dear, I just got into town. I do not know what is going on, to be perfectly honest. Even if I could sense auras, I would have to be near the auras of the persons that you're trying to find in order to sense them. And then if that was the case, you wouldn't need me in the first place, if that makes sense. But yes, if I could be of assistance at any time, feel free to find me. She's like, understood. Well, we'll just be on our way. Alpheus, shall we go? And he, like, nods, and then they kind of just, like, both head out. Yeah. So, it seems like Torrent's changed a bit since last I've been here. I thought this would be a perfect place to, get acquainted and, not have a bunch of dead bodies to worry about, he says as he, like, kind of sidesteps past one that's relatively dead next to him.
Well, I'm still here and free if you want to take me somewhere else.
Well,
But these other individuals, it seems like they're not sure what's going on either. Do they have a part in this?
I don't know. They haven't really said anything. Or they
Well-
aren't from this town. I don't.
Well, I figure if we're gonna find out who these people are who are attacking these people, might as well stick together.
Fair point. The the local blacksmith kind of like stumbles in. He's a goblin, by the way.
Man, he's ugly.
Wow. But this short goblin just kind of like stumbles up and he's like, quickly, quickly, I need help. You lot. Can you help me?
Oh, Hopper.
Oh, God.
I look around at these guys and I'm like, should we even care about what's going on in this town?
Let's just keep one thing on the plate. Sorry, dude. We got something else to do right now.
But I need assistance.
Okay,
I mean, this-
let's go. Let's just go check it out. I mean, it's more entertaining than smelling these dead bodies here.
Oh. He kind of like, it's like he just now realized there's a bunch of dead bodies. Oh, yes. This way. Quickly. Oh, I'll boop him over. He kind of like leads you through town. Well, not that way. This way. Quickly.
Don't you even know your own town? Where are you
Yes.
going? Where are you taking us?
He makes his way back to his blacksmith shop. Boop. And Omen's just like boop.
Oh, are you guys like inside?
Yeah, it's
Or
this
is it kind
building.
of like a stall?
No, it's an actual building.
Oh, okay. I'll come inside.
He kind of leads you back into his little work area, which is small, so you have to like crouch down a little bit because it's designed for a goblin. But once you go in, it like opens up more, and you see this warforged just kind of sitting there. This thing just moved.
What's a warforge?
It's this guy. It's this big giant robot thing. Or, whatever the equivalent of war robot is in this world.
Okay. Did you put that thing together?
No, I found it. However, it doesn't have an homunculi, so it should be not moving at all. Like none. Like zilch. Like nada.
Well, Omen, does it have an aura?
No, it does not. It's literally a carcass. What do you
I-
need help with, kind sir? Well,
I would say take it out of your shop.
I was told specifically by a man named Feng that this should stay here until he comes back for it at a later date. Per the Empire.
Who's Fang?
He's a lizard folk man that, pretty sleuth with the tongue, if you know what I'm saying.
I look around at everybody and see if they've recognized when he said lizard from what the other lady said. I just kind of look at them, see if they give me a look back.
Davin's kind of like paying attention to everything else except for her, so he doesn't recognize. Did Fang
I
I mean,
his
I
swords.
know. I
Show
know
me
of-
where he touched you. You know what?
I know Fang.
You know Fang? Ah,
Yeah.
then you should bring him here immediately and let him figure this out, because I do not need a warforged that does not have a homunculi walking around in my shop.
But he's gone, and we lost him.
Sorry, what?
He's gone. Supposedly killed a bunch of townsfolk and then left. You know, typical Fang fashion.
That's so. So he's a killer? I can't. That doesn't make any sense. He's supposed to work with the Empire. I am a loyal servant of the Empire, and going around killing townsfolk, that's just not what we do.
That or there's someone pretending to be Fang walking around here.
But did I meet the pretended Fang or the actual Fang? Just
Well, either
cracking
way,
my
it sounds
egg.
suspicious.
Yes.
If
yes,
he might be
yes.
killing your townspeople, you sure you still want to keep him here in your shop?
This Warforged? Right now, I am not too certain. I would rather be done with it, get rid of it, but I don't have a homunculi, so there's no way to control it.
Look, guys, the main issue is we don't know where our people are, and there's somebody going around killing. It's either we have to find these people or let them run amok what's going on. If we can get to our people, we can see what's going on with them and see where they are. So, this homunculus, what can we do about it right now?
As Davin's like explaining everything, the bag or the homunculus in Manatsu's bag is just like glowing very intently.
You gonna control your bag, or we have to do something about it now?
I mean,
Put the fucking jammy in the robot.
I'll take out the homunculi and hand it to the goblin.
Oh, this is a homunculi. Where did you get this?
I found it back in my old town.
Ah, is that
Yeah.
so? Well, it seems to have a soul attached. Did you kill somebody recently? Possibly?
No, my whole town was destroyed.
Oh,
So I
okay.
mean,
Why is this all so weirdly falling into place? Why do you just happen to have this and I just teleport here and then all of a sudden there's this being that needs an homoculi? What's going on?
From what Monastu knows, well, right now he's lying to them, but he doesn't know how the homunculi got into his person, but he does know what he just said. So that's
Okay.
what he's going
Well,
Uh,
I'd say let's take the carcass out of the shop and throw that thing right in and see what this being's all about.
okay, well, anybody wants to grab this thing? It's pretty heavy. I'm just a goblin.
I'm a little nauseous from teleporting into this area anyway, so somebody else can handle that.
Omen
Look
looks
at
at
your
you. He's
knees,
like,
not
"You
your back."
fly for a living."
Yeah, not teleport from some black wisps.
Omen just kind of like waves his hand, and the thing just like disappears and ends up in the alley behind us. And then he's like, "Oh, sod all this," and he just boop teleports y'all to the back alley as well. And oops, except for the except for the rogue.
That's instant teleportation.
There we go.
At a rogue this time.
Oh yeah. Except for the fighter sorcerer man. Okay. Y'all just appear in the back of the shop. Well, that was abrupt. I see why you don't like teleporting, young man. He goes over to it and he just like plops the homunculi into the core area, kind of like Iron Man style, just like bink, and it like lights up the being, and its eyes glow. It kind of like slowly turns on, and then gradually stands up and kind of like towers over the goblin. Well, yes, that is very convenient. Now that you mention it, well, sir, this is your homunculi, so he's probably going to listen to you, if that makes sense.
Fun.
And you have a pet robot.
Great.
Yep.
For now,
For now.
Does he have memories? How do these things work?
I don't know. You could ask him and see.
Oh, sir, what giant? What is your name?
the Iron Giant.
His kind of like 8-bit features are just like showing up. He looks at you and he doesn't really say anything.
This is interesting. Well, he's just looking at us. He's not attacking, so
Why would you think that he's going to attack? Did someone hurt you, young man?
I have quite the past, so
Well,
I have trust issues.
Warforged are one of the most trustworthy things out there. They literally only do what they're told by their master, no less. So, there's that plus.
So because he had the Immaculi, he owns him now. Is that right?
Well, first it's
More or
homunculi,
less.
and second,
Homunculi.
more or less, yes. I mean,
Wow.
Warforged have the potential of free will, but for the most part, they will listen to their master's bidding.
You think you can direct this homunculus to
So-
find out where these people, where our people are?
I order the robot to tell us about himself, so we can learn more.
The homunculi or the Warforged looks at you, specific, and he's like, Fang.
That's it.
Danger.
Fang, danger. I thought you said Fang was one of you guys.
Maybe it's saying Fang is in danger.
Oh, Thing. I thought he said Fang.
Oh, that thing. Oh. So maybe we should, like I said before, we should probably try to find Fang and the rest of our group, because maybe they are in danger for whoever. Maybe it is them, maybe it's not, but maybe they're in danger. We should try to look for them. Does anybody know where the last location of where these people were killed, where it went to?
The Warforged just kind of like holds out his hand, and this projection just like shoots up out, kind of like Star Wars, but it just shoots out, and it just replays the massacre that happened at the markets where Fang and the other party members kind of like killed a bunch of people, but you see that they were zombie and undead, and then you see them turn back into their normal townsfolk, dead body people. And then you also see the Harbinger, and it pretty much just like redirects some attacks and then make everybody go poof. Fang, danger.
Oh, so that's what happened.
Well, that's very not convenient. That being that was there, it's a Harbinger.
That was very coin money of them. So, this Harbinger, does anybody know where he's from?
Yes.
What his business is?
Very hellish dimension. If your friends are there, then they are in very serious danger, as the Warforged says.
So how do we get to them, and how do we get them back?
Well, that's the thing. The realm that they are in is a place that you do not willingly want to go to.
Should we warn the investigators of this town what we saw?
I don't think they can assist. The particular plane injuries that you sustain, they do not heal. Whenever the Harbinger is around, you also do not heal. Basically, it's not a nice place, and everything there kind of wants to kill you. So, if you make it there, and you somehow find your friends, trying to survive the entire occurrence without dying, very improbable. Very not much recommend.
Maybe there's a way we can try to communicate with them from here, if they are still in this zone, but not this dimension.
Well, your astral forms could probably attend to assist in a way, but you wouldn't be able to, I would say, help in a corporeal form type deal.
So maybe we can be a guide to them instead. You there with the portals? You say you might be able to open a gate to them.
I can open a gate to where they are, and I can also send you there just on a safer plane.
Is the
So,
Warforged connected to Fang by any chance? Like auras and all this other stuff?
Well, that's more like plot breaking than anything else. But there's some history there, we'll say that.
Because if you can use the connected aura between the two, you could get us a portal to them directly.
I could definitely try that, yes. Here's the thing, though. I could probably send you three if you would like to go. Your astral forms, not your actual bodies. Because if I send you there physically, you'll still... Well, it just wouldn't be good. But if I send your astral forms, at least if you get into danger, I can bring you back more easily.
I wonder if
So-
that's what happened when I went to hell that one time. Just kind of talking to myself, thinking about when I was sacrificed.
Sounds like we got a plan. So, in case we do get in contact with these guys, let's see if we can try to direct them back however we can. You think you might be able to open a, as you say, corporeal portal back to get to them? And if we were going to come back,
Oh, I could definitely, if if it all aligns correctly, I can definitely try and get all of them back. But we would kind of need links, so you would need to guide them in a way that, I don't know, aligns with everything, and then we'd link you all back, and then they would tether off of your astral forms. It's very complicated, but it's not as complicated as it sounds, if that makes sense. Basically, I would need you to come in contact. Oh, I can't hear. They're try it again.
so if I'd be able to find these guys, we can link them back with our corporeal forms and get them back to us.
More or less.
All right. Sounds like we got some plan. Any words of wisdom before we head into this?
Try not to die. Oh,
Always
words
good
of
advice.
wisdom. The Harbinger, if you encounter it, you'll know almost immediately. Do not attack it, because it will most definitely attack you back with whatever it is that you just attacked it with. And it's a learner, so it can essentially learn all of your attacks and then kill you all with them and have fun, because even I, on a good day, do not like Harbingers. They are designed specifically to kill the catalysts that are out there. Yes, it's not a good day.
Gotcha. It's smart and it can counter. All right. You ready for this?
Hold on, before we head out, my two new companions, what are your expertise? What do you guys do?
So I am a sorcerer fighter, but since we're going to be in ethereal form, I don't think they'll be much useful.
Well, that's confident. I like the confidence. Okay.
Not wrong on the ethereal form. I am a artificer, so I can enchant different things and like.
Okay. Well, I hope both of your magical powers and spells and stuff work in this dimension. Let's go for it.
It's very brave of you, Chicken Man.
Chicken Man, how rude! Just because I don't know your name.
No, I say Chicken Man not because of your appearance, but because of your actions. I will send you all and hope for the best.
I just mumble under my breath.
Oh.
Yeah, you get sent to hell and not be scared.
One more important little thing that I failed to mention. Your friends are probably being thrown into various ruses, various ways of mind, various ways to break them. If you cannot save your friends before their mind completely collapse, they will not have a more or less essence to bring back. So, good luck with that.
No pressure. Let's go. The sooner the better.
Oh dear. So, familiar like black wisps start to surround your bodies, and on a physical plane, your physical features aren't like changed or anything, but your astral forms kind of like get drawn out of your bodies, and you can kind of like see your physical bodies just like slump down where they stand, but your astral forms just like are standing in their places. Yes, the next part's going to be a bit more tricky, but just sort through it, and you'll eventually find your way. And like that, he like snaps his finger, and the three of you just kind of vanish where you stand. Meanwhile, behind the curtain, in the other realm, is little Will sleeping in there? Is he awake?
I'm awake.
Okay, there we go. You three have kind of like been in your cells for you don't know how long. It's felt very, very long. From what you can tell, Hope and Heart are still kind of unconscious in your own respective areas. You still feel as if nothing has changed, like you haven't recovered any. You're still feeling worse for wear, and the area, like the ambience in the area, doesn't help in that matter. But yeah, you're just making your way downtown and stuck in a cell, hoping that anything could happen so that it would all make it better.
Okay. I would like to start off by inspecting the cell, like take a look at the doors, the walls, anything. Are there any
Yeah,
cracks? Is there
so-
anything crazy with it?
So I was actually gonna say the same exact thing he did, but I'm also gonna look outside the where those bars are. I'm also gonna look in like the hallway and everything.
What do you want? Investigation, perception? What you want?
Investigation should be fine.
Oof. Well, should have made a smarter character. 13.
Decent enough. Again, you're able to determine that the bars to the cell are magically inclined, so you probably shouldn't interact with it. Other than that, the walls themselves are pretty sturdy. You could freaking hack and slash at these things all day and not really make a dent. Overall, it seems to be magic in a way that it keeps whatever's in the cells kind of in the cells until they don't want them to be in the cells.
Is there where's the light sources come from? Is it fire? Is it magical?
It's like magical fire, kind of. Just like a dark globe of energy juice.
Okay. Well, this has been great. Otis, are you up over there?
I slowly like walk over to the bars. Yes, I'm awake.
Oh, what fun we've gotten ourselves into this time. Is there anything you can see from your cell?
One sec. You said investigation stats?
Yeah.
14.
God damn it.
Relatively the same thing that I just told Fang.
So like the bars are magicked, kind of trying to keep stuff in.
Can I? Okay, I have an idea. Is there on the gates or on the bars in front of us? Are they actually like doors, or are they just like gates?
Like gates.
Okay, I guess what I'm asking is, can they be opened?
Not from like they don't look to be exactly the openy kind, just like the manifested in place kind. There's not like a mechanism or anything that like opens and closes it. It just
Okay. So there's no like
Okay.
hinges, there's nothing like that.
No. It's not like a pickable or like you can't lock pick or anything kind of.
Oh,
way.
trust, I wasn't gonna try to lockpick, I was gonna try to do some stupid shit. I go back and look at Hope. Does she look stable? Is she
She looks stable, but she seems to be like moving a bit in her dream. like if she's essentially having like a nightmare.
Okay. So there's nothing I can see. There's nobody. Can I reach through the bars?
You can try.
Okay, I reach through the bars.
Okay. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Fuck. Saving throw?
Wait, who did the cheer dice go to? Manitsu? Okay.
Yeah, that's why I threw that at. Constitution saving throw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 18.
Sweet.
You die.
You kind of like reach your hand through, and nothing happens.
Okay.
What'd you try to do?
I was just reaching my hand through the bars. Can I use... Okay, I pull my hand back out.
Mhm.
I then use my dagger and kind of try to use it like a mirror through the bars to kind of see down the hallway a bit.
So as you try and put the dagger through the opening of the bars, like your hand goes through, but the dagger just like stops, like it like hits a wall and like.
Oh, for fuck you. Okay. So like my hand goes through, but the dagger won't. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, one sec. I got some bullshit here. I might have some bullshit here. I take my... Okay, I have a disguise kit. Let me see. I don't know if that actually has a mirror in it. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take one of the ball bearings out of my bag of 1,000. I'm gonna take one of them, and I'm going to try to throw it through the bars.
Okay. As you throw it, it does similar to what the dagger did. Hits the wall of it, kind of like bounces back. Doesn't like ricochet or anything.
There goes that.
Okay, so I grab the bars and I start to shake them.
Same thing. Make a Constitution saving throw.
You do not have the help for this. We didn't heal from last time, man. We didn't heal it all from last fight. You really should take a look at the health you have before doing stupid shit.
7.
Oof. So you feel this like surge of energy, kind of like it's kind of like someone's tasing you from all different directions, and your body just kind of like collapses. Like you let go of the bar and you just like collapse like the other two. Also, you only have like 1 HP.
Okay. Now I know what my next move is gonna be.
So you're passed out.
Yeah.
now,
You're
right
knocked
now,
out.
right?
You're knocked
Okay.
out.
Otis, did you just...
He's just like. Do I
There's
have
just like
a, do I have
smoke.
a
There's just smoke coming off my body.
Well, let's try...
Well, it's like an eternal shocking, like not an actual physical
Oh.
shock. Just like.
Let's try this. I attempt to wake up Hope. Like I kind of like do like a gentle like shaking of the shoulder, trying to rouse her.
You don't. Like she moves, obviously, but you don't get like a waking up reaction from her.
Fuck. Okay. All right, thing. You've been in the worst spots. No, you fucking haven't. But we make this work.
About here. Boo.
I take a candle and I light it in the middle of the room.
Okay, you got a candle and it's lit.
Do I feel the warmth from the candle?
Yeah, you can feel the warmth from the candle.
Okay. I just want to make sure I can feel something in this place, because so far all I've seen is like old boy get fucking downed, and I can't like metal things can't go through the bars.
About here, this wispy portal, familiar to all of you. Well, the ones that are awake. manifests.
I draw my rapier
and
as soon as I see that shit start popping
the whatchamacallit, the Harbinger arrives with a companion.
Holy crap.
up. ¿Por qué? With the
And he just like poofs, and homeboy's in the other cell. And then poof.
Right. Well, hello.
Who are you?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
My name is Mio. I'm not from around here.
Well, I'd be a little more concerned if you were from around here, friend. So, do you know where here is?
I believe you would have to be from around here to know where here is initially, but no, I do not. This is the first time I've ever been in a... Well, no, I have been in worse situations presently. This is the first time I've been here.
Right. Okay. Well, considering you're the only person who isn't currently passed out, who are you?
I am Mio. I am the catalyst to the Honorborn. Maybe you've heard of me. Apparently everyone's heard of me.
Well, count yourself lucky. I have no idea who you are. Hey, you said Neo?
M-I-O.
M-I-O. Okay, I was about to say, I was like the drink?
Yes.
You said that was catalyst? Catalyst for what?
Catalyst to the Honorborn? Well, he's a catalyst. He's just like Hope.
I have that feeling. I'm not letting him know that she is, but I was just like, that's why I'm trying to play this. Okay. Catalyst for the Honorborn, right. And you knew our teleporting friend how?
Well, friend, you assume a lot of things. I do not know who that person was, or thing, creature. We were attacked by zombies. He showed up. I am here.
Who's I'm sorry. My name is Fang. How rude of me to forget my mortal or my why am I blanking the words? Why am I fucking the word?
Your pseudo name?
No.
Yeah, I just go out and say, my name's Fang. It's a pseudonym, by the way.
No. It was how my cheap manners. Holy shit. Why
Wow.
was manners?
Thank you, Aaron Guard.
Aaron Guard, thank you. Coming in clutch. How rude of me to forget my manners. We too were also attacked. However, it seems you were the only one in your party who was actually taken.
Yes.
How many were in your party, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I kind of do mind you asking, because I don't know who you are. And if I am here, not that I don't consider you another friend in a cell, but why are you in a cell? And is that an unconscious elf woman?
Well, I was taken by our floating friend. Yes, this is an elf in a cell. And don't touch the bars.
Okay, well, the only information that you've given me that I haven't already given you is the don't touch the bars portion, so I'll take that to heart.
Well, you did just ask if this was an elf in the cell, and I answered that question. I already told you I'm Fang, and why I'm here is because it literally showed up. We were leaving his town, we got mobbed by some undead, we fought, I stabbed him, I then felt like I got stabbed, and then here we are. And I still feel like 5 pounds of shit in a 10 pounds of shit in a 5 pound sack.
Well, okay, let me, catch you up here. So, had I not told you that I was captured, or that I encountered zombies, or that I was teleported here by said creature, would you have been forthcoming with said information? Because right now, you're just telling me things that have already happened to me. And it's not so much endearing as it is convenient.
Oh, for fuck's sake. You know what? Mio, I wish I had the energy to actually put forth effort into this conversation to convince you to why I don't. I'm relatively trusting compared to our floating gate jailer, I believe. I don't know. However, there is nothing I'm going to be able to tell you from my current situation that will aid in this endeavor of us getting out, because as far as I can tell, these gates can't be picked, metal items cannot be pushed through the bars, and I don't see any way to tunnel ourselves out. So unless you have some hocus pocus to blast through the bars, I would say to drop the asshole attitude. It doesn't look good on you.
Well, if you've seen my party, you would understand my current state of being. However, could you tell me at least who the girl is? Did she touch the bars? Is that why you're telling me not to touch the bars?
No, that would be the elf in the cell next to you touch the bars. The elf
How
next to
many
me.
elves in a cell are there?
Well, you have an elf in a cell there. You have a tiefling in a cell next to me, and then you have this elf, and she is just happens to be one of the local girls who we were taking out of town.
She's one of the local girls you were taking out of town that happens to be in your. Is she a prostitute?
No, I'm a. How do I put
Oh, you're a
this?
reputable man.
No, no.
Oh, you're not a reputable man.
No, I'm not. I would say more, I was hired to escort her
Oh, you're the
from the town.
escortee. She hired you.
However, technically speaking, her father did, but
What?
I
Her
digress.
father ordered a gigolo? What is going on?
Long story short, I was paid to transport her from one place to another, and we got taken out before I could do that.
Okay,
She was on my horse, which is why she's here now.
let's just new leaf. Why are you all here if I'm here? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I can understand why I'm here perfectly well. You, Gigolo, daughter of the guy that hired you, unconscious elf, other unconscious tiefling. Like, why are you here? Is there a pattern? I don't see a pattern. I hope there is not a pattern.
Well, one of these elves may be a catalyst like yourself.
Again, that's very convenient.
Look,
I'm gonna just let that slide.
Look here, you goddamn asshole. I don't know
even
why
close
we are here.
to the assholery that I have had to deal with for the past however many days.
I gesture to myself like being beaten and like looking in pretty poor shape. I have no God's forsaken reason why we are here. All I know is we're here. I've been thinking of a way to get out for what feels like an eternity, although I feel like it was probably closer to a few hours. I don't I'm not healing up any. I'm not feeling rested the longer I sit here. It feels like I'm stuck in a just never-ending bit of a shit show. So if Mio, if you would like to sit and think everything is convenient and trivial and whatever, by all means spend your days counting all the trivial things that you find in these cells. I am going to beat my head against the wall for the next eternity. Thank you. I then go back and sit like on the floor next to the bench that Hope is sleeping on.
Okay, well. You know, they don't give us a book.
Excuse me?
When you're volunteered, or more or less ejected to become a catalyst, they don't tell you what you have to do. You kind of have to, like, wing it.
Yeah, that's kind of how most of life is. So what the hell does being a catalyst mean, at least?
It means you're gonna die. I mean, you're gonna die at the hands of the gods so that this world can continue going about its business.
That sounds absolutely asinine.
Well, I can only assume, considering home chick is unconscious, the other dude's unconscious, and the guy apparently next to me is unconscious, or the person next to me is unconscious. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. That you're probably the catalyst. You're just not, living your best life. And I fully understand. Like, I've been a catalyst for like a couple of weeks here, and the moon cycles just aren't going fast enough. Like, I would almost rather being sacrificed than having to deal with like my band of shenanigans that are awaiting for me, hopefully back where I was before now. It's easier. It's a lot easier just to be done with all of it.
I have a quick question. Can I get up and I take one of my arrows and I try to feed the backside of the arrow through the bar? Does that go through? The non-metallic part?
Nope. Still the same.
You motherfucker. Okay. So he just sees me stand up and go boom.
While he's off on his tangent, he's just like.
While he's off on his tangent, I'm sorry. I had a thought I needed to take care of. I
take it you don't know any spells.
I'm not typically a magic user by trade. I more rely on shadows and sleight of hand.
So you're a rogue.
Yes, I'm a rogue.
Well, why didn't you just, I don't know. How did you get caught in the first place? You're a rogue. Like, what kind of rogue catalyst are you?
Well, when you're riding a horse with a woman on the back, you can't exactly be stealthy. And not to mention, when you fight some sort of other godly being, I have a sneaking suspicion it's not quite as simple to just
wait a second.
Disappear.
You said you were hired by her father to get her from one place to another?
Yes.
You're not the catalyst, are you?
No, I'm not.
Well, at least you did a more bang-up job than my crew did. Oh, my crew.
I'm going to rest my eyes for a bit. Need to just rest.
Whenever you wake your eyes back up, you notice that aside from you and Mio, everybody else is like...
Oh, for fuck's sake. I like immediately start searching the cell for any sign of hope.
That sentence. No, you do not find hope.
No, like any sign of her whatsoever. Like, was she ever there?
From what you can tell, there's no trace of her, so that's all in your brain.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Mio?
Fang?
Artis?
Nothing.
Art?
Nothing.
Mio, would you have happened to notice anyone disappearing randomly from the cell that I'm sitting in as I was sleeping?
Yeah, while you were sleeping, they vanished.
And that didn't cause an alarm for you to yell or do anything?
Oh, you looked so peaceful, I didn't want to interject.
Good.
What would you have had me do? Wake you
I
up
don't-
only for you to watch them disappear?
Look, Mio, I'm going to level with you. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know where to go from here. All I know is I'm trapped in a fucking cell that I can't get out of with a door that can't be picked or broken. I cannot stick anything through these bars other than my hands. And the only thing keeping me company is someone who's called the catalyst of the
Wait.
Nobleborn.
You said you could put your hand through the bars?
Yes. What?
Is that the
yes.
only appendage that you tried?
Well, yes.
You have a tail, do you not?
I actually don't know.
It's hard to tell under your cloak.
Yeah, it's so difficult to tell. I actually
Do you
don't
not know what you look like?
Here's the thing, right? It's like he's lizard folk, which I understand, but I don't know what that actually means. He has a tail. Yes, there is a tail. Got it. Yes. Well, yes.
You have been here for a long time. Have you tried sticking your tail through the opening and potentially, like, I don't know, getting further reach?
Well, no,
So that's
I haven't tried that.
Okay, well, I don't have a tail, and I can't necessarily reach any of the stuff that's outside of my cell. And I don't necessarily want to try because you told me not to touch the bars, so I don't want to know what happens if you touch the bars. But you're a rogue. You're good at this, like, stealthy stuff, right?
And what would you try? What would you like me to try to grab with my tail?
He kind of like points from his cell. There's like a little doodabble thingy that has the fire thing posted on top of it. I'm guessing that's not regular fire, normal fire. Does the fire interact with the cell? Like, what's happening? What are we doing?
Oh, for fuck's sake! If I get, you know what? Worst case scenario, I die.
Oh,
I honestly might think that's the best case
Is that-
scenario.
worst case or?
I go over and I try to snake my tail through the thing, through the bars to like drag it relatively closer to me, like to the front of the bars.
Okay. You hear footsteps.
I do it quicker. Or actually, no, I just retract my tail and get the fuck back. Like I don't know. Does this thing fucking walk? It's just teleported before. Whoop.
Well, if we look what we have here, very familiar face of Davik
I was gonna
walks
say,
in.
Why does this fucking guy look familiar to me? God fucking damn it.
Fang!
Davik. Hello.
It's funny seeing you here.
Like, funny haha, or like...
Funny, ironic.
I had a feeling it was going to be the ironic.
Why are you trapped in a cell, my friend?
Well, it would be, the floating guy kind of put me in here.
The floating guy.
Yeah, flaming skull, real nasty bastard. Kind of reflects damage back at you.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay, hey, I have a follow-up question if you don't mind me asking. How are you outside of the cell?
I walked through the door and you were on the other side of the cells.
Follow-up to the follow-up question, can you let me out of the cell?
I don't know if I could do that exactly. I'm here as a guest. I wouldn't want to impose. There obviously is a reason that you're in a cell, and far be it for me to actually interject.
Listen, Davik. Where are we right now?
Neither here nor there. Just a place.
A place that you walked through the door of and not answering questions.
Yes.
Fantastic. Davik, can I trouble you for something?
Sure.
If you would be so kind as to take something from me, I have a final request, if you will.
A message?
Yes, I have a message here, and I kind of start walking towards the bars. I have a trouble reaching through the bars on my side. And I kind of, I just pull out like a little bit of like paper.
Okay.
I'm holding it just inside the bars for him to grab.
What's on this message?
Well, it's a message to my daughter.
Oh, hold the phone. You have a daughter?
Yes, I do.
This I must see. What kind of question? Request.
Well,
message.
I just need this delivered to her.
Is she a lizard folk as yourself?
Lizard folk and tiefling, actually.
Oh, what? Sorry.
I hold it, like I said, I hold it kind of inside the bars for him to like reach through.
He like goes to reach for it.
Are his hands inside the bars?
Yes.
I stab his hand.
Oh, Fang. You really, really shouldn't have done that.
Wait, did it actually stab him?
Yeah, the knife's definitely in his hand.
Shit! I didn't think it was real! Shit! I didn't think it was real! I was like, alright, this motherfucker just waltzed into a place without telling me shit. Like, maybe he's not a real thing. Like, maybe I could just stab him in the hand and just kind of like, aha! You're not real at all!
Somebody didn't do their seer training.
Totally.
And in that second, his hand just kind of like crumples into nothing, just bone and skeleton.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit!
And the Harbinger looks at
Oh,
you
shit!
as a similar blade comes and stabs you in your hand.
God damn it! Oh, I had a feeling. Fuck you! Who are you?
Do you just stab people for a living? Mio's like, is that what we do?
I mean, it's kind of in the job description. How much damage do I take from the stab?
You're down to 1 HP as well, and you kind of like pass out slightly.
What? Even on a normal dagger stab, that probably wouldn't have worked out that well.
Yeah, I know, but this is plot.
Max. So I'm not down, but I'm feeling woozy.
Yeah, you're in the same state as everybody else.
Oh, motherfucker. Well, at least I knew that wasn't real. I had a feeling. Hey, Mio, do me a favor. Just be level with me for a moment. Are you fucking real? And he's gone too. Going crazy. Thank you. Alright, it's fine. It's not like you're gonna be in here by yourself for all eternity. Fuck, I'm gonna be in this cell by myself for all eternity.
1 second.
God damn it. Let me move myself down because that's where hope was. God damn it. You motherfucker. You motherfucker.
So,
Fucking throw through the goddamn ringer.
Artis, you wake up in just like this openy area room.
One sec. Oh, okay. So I'm awake now. I'm not unconscious anymore.
I mean, you're unconscious most likely, but you're awake in this area.
In this moment, you're awake.
But you're unconscious, but you're awake. I groggily take a look around.
The room has like various traps and assortments, but the growling that persists kind of catches your attention.
So, I reached. So do I have all my stuff with me, right? Like
No,
I still have.
you don't have your
Nope.
sword, but aside from that, you have most everything else.
Okay, so let's go into some equipment. Ba, ba, ba.
And around that time, this wispy black portal-y thing kind of like opens up in front of you.
Say again.
I said around the time when you're just like getting your bearings, this wispy black portal kind of opens up around you. In front of you?
I take a few stumbly steps backwards.
So like here,
Yep.
and boop. Monastew appears.
Question. Monastew was who we met at that fortress place, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Monastew?
You
Oh,
kind of
hey.
you see him. He doesn't seem to be as corporeal as you. Like he's a bit astrally formed, but yeah, he can hear and respond to you.
I take a look around my surroundings. First thing.
You too hear a persistent growling, but the room itself seems to be like littered with traps and other assortments.
Pardon me for 1 second, Monastew. I take two. I take one of my potion of healing.
Doesn't work.
Are
I
you-
mean, it consumes, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, homie, we literally talked about that. we talked about how that doesn't work. He literally was talking about with the other people, hey, in this other place, you can't heal, you can't rest, like you're just stuck in a limbo.
Okay.
You dingus. Sorry, let me mute myself.
And we still can't use magic and everything.
I mean, if
That
you have
was
any
it.
spell slots left.
So I go up to about just right of Monastew. I walk back up to like the edge of where the traps and stuff are.
Can you not move your guy?
Oh, nope, nope, not at the moment. There we go. So I'm right there.
Okay. I was like, you should have control of your guy. Why is he telling me to move him everywhere? Oh, yeah.
Monastew, how are you here? What's going on?
Well, I woke up in the town. We went and saw a bunch of dead bodies. Town people freaking out, fun stuff. Uh, then this fucking eagle dude and an old man appeared through a portal.
An old man and an eagle. What are you talking about?
Yep.
And I'm like, I got my hands on my hips, like I decide like.
This
as a
is
dead
why
body
they think
comment.
you're a girl.
And so then we go. This goblin comes running out of nowhere, starts screaming for help that a robot is moving in his shop. We go over there. We put in this life force to the robot. He talks about Fang, and then he's like, danger, you guys are in danger. We're like, okay, cool. Old man's like, hey, we can send your spirit to go help out your friends. And that's how I'm here now.
Okay.
Short and sweet.
Okay. Okay. Well, if you can't really heal me or get me on the other side of these traps, I'm not sure how much help you can do right now. Let's look at these spell slots. Yeah, nope, nope. All right, cool. So how did you get the robot to awaken? I'm like kind of as I'm talking to him, I'm like surveying
Warforged.
the Warforged. I'm looking at all the traps and the surrounding area and see how I can navigate through them.
We had a homunculi on us that was able to give life force to the Warforged.
Right. And you didn't encounter like a weird skeleton fire thing?
No.
No. No. Okay. Well, Stacks, can I roll an investigation to look at these traps?
Sure.
Well then, that's a 6.
You see that they're sharp and pointy, and they probably can kill you very easily. Especially you, because, like, 1 HP.
Can I do a perception check of the room?
Yes.
Well, right now, seeing as I'm stuck over here, and I'm saying this like as he's doing his check, we do need to find a way to get through these traps. Oh, wait. Yeah.
17.
You can see that there are just enough crates and other things to kind of like maneuver across to hopefully avoid the traps.
I'll let him know that information as well. So that way he's not in the loss. Would I take damage from the traps in my current form?
You're not sure.
Okay. So Do you think we can make it across the boxes?
First, we have to figure out which direction we're going to be going in before. Anything.
Is there, Stacks? Is there any way to tell where the growling is coming from?
Definitely seems to be coming from like the north, or the north in this picture orientation.
It seems that growling is coming from just opposite of us. I want to get on top of these boxes to see what we can see down that way.
I don't know if going towards the growling would be a smart idea. Not knowing what it would be.
Like, my curiosity is just so insane right now.
But curiosity kills the cat. Or in this case, the female elf.
Why does everyone think I'm a female?
He says with his hands on his hips.
So, I walk. So, after that, I kind of move over towards these stairs. And, I'm about right here. Right there. And, I look at Monastu. So, if we're not going to investigate the growl, should we check out the stairs?
Sounds reasonable. Do those go up or down? That's the question.
I mean,
Looks like
what
they go
goes
down.
up must come down.
No, I'm saying, I was like, do the stairs go up or down?
They go down.
Down.
Alrighty, I guess we're gonna go down the stairs.
I will go first to look.
As soon
down.
as you like look down, you see like fire just kind of like etching up towards.
Oh.
And it like starts to fill the room with lava.
Oh, so we have to move upward.
Actually, I'll just stretch this out. Boof. Lava. Boof. More lava. But yeah, it's just like gradually making its way to
Okay.
fill the room.
So I climb on the boxes.
Let's see.
Do you want us to roll anything for that, Stacks?
Acrobatics or athletics, whichever is higher.
Okay.
Can I use Mage Hand to create a path with the boxes?
Yeah, you can realign them.
Realign them in a position to actually get us towards towards this area. I don't.
Mm-hmm. Is he gonna make it?
Boop.
Okay,
Wait,
do we
which way are we
start
going?
the- so we would go over this way. So
God.
sorry. Do we set the roll for acrobatics if I align them or no?
No. If you align them,
Okay.
it's fine. It's just
Alright.
walking.
Okay.
You make your way into the next room, which is here. And you can definitely see what the growling is. It's a very large dragon bird on the other end of the room.
Can I roll like a history or arcana to see like if I know what kind of creature it is?
Sure.
Which one you want me to use?
Do history.
You've got to be kidding me. 5.
It's pretty much the same image that you had when Monasteus talked about the Birdman that arrived in the portal in front of him back at Torum. Like, same, chicken.
Am I allowed to roll for history?
Yeah.
I got an 8.
You don't
Still in the
you
game.
don't get the image of cross in your mind, but you aren't familiar with what this bird type is.
All right. So I guess I move a little closer to it.
I'm going to stop him and say that I take the lead moving forward.
Very astute, Monastu. And I'm like talking kind of like I'm like all pale and everything from all the blood I've lost.
So we'll move forward. I will get to about here,
All right.
and then
I'm
see
just gonna
if
be like
the
right
creature notices any like movement or anything.
It seems to be like chained down and kind of like ruffling its feathers, trying to get free. So it's making like a lot of large movements.
Okay.
A lot of clinking chains. I attempt to communicate with it by singing the chainsaw.
I'm sorry, what?
I attempt to communicate with it by singing the chain song. Do your chain hang low, do it wobble to a throat. Do it shine in the light, is it bottom, is it go?
Oh my gosh, you're not a bard. Stop.
That was quite honestly some of the whitest shit I have ever heard from a very pale man.
You don't hear, but you do see someone kind of nestled a bit behind the creature.
God.
Behind the creature.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anywhere I can get higher ground to see?
Not from here. To your right, there's just like sarcophaguses, just like on the sides that you hope
Okay.
don't have anything in them.
So I try to speak to it in common first. Creature?
It just goes crazy and continues trying to break through from its chains.
So it doesn't know common.
Or it's just not talking to you.
It's just not talking to you.
I move a little closer and try to calm down the bird.
You want to do like an animal handling check?
Yeah. What would that be under?
It's still skill.
Oh, it's a skill?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is. I see.
Little Will, artist, you hear kind of from this thing, like some mumbling movement.
10 for animal handling.
Your animal handling is +1. It kind of like eases back a little, but yeah, you hear something coming out of this.
Ooh.
He goes over to it. Oh my god.
I knock on it,
Oh.
kind of like rhythmically to make sure that's like it's something with sentience. You know what I mean?
Oh, like a dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
You hear a like back.
All right. So I like lean as close as I can. Hello, is anyone in there?
Monastu, you just look over and see that Artis is talking to a coffin while you're trying to calm this bird.
I pay little attention because I think he's just going crazy.
You hear like the lid of it start to like rumble and move as if they're trying to lift it off.
I step back a little bit. Right there. Back to where I was.
It's still like moving.
So like the lid is still sealed, like it hasn't like lifted any. Like I
No,
can't
it's
see
like too heavy, more or less, to move.
what do I want to do?
I look back notice the lid is moving now that he's away, and I say we should probably move forward more, away from that.
I guess, but what if it's a person in there?
We
I
just
moved to
came
about
from a
right here.
we just came from a room full of traps and lava coming from stairs. Do you think it's a person? And if so, a good person nonetheless.
That's a fair point. Which is why I didn't open it.
Is I attempt to get past the bird now that I've calmed it to get a closer look at the chains on the bird.
The chains are kind of like made of some kind of like really hot, endearing metal. As you see that parts of the bird are kind of like flickering with fire.
So I want to. So like where those mounts are for the chains, I want to investigate them. I want to see like how the like are they bolted down? Are they soldered down? Like how are they attached to the mount?
They're
if there's
like
a-
linked into a chain that kind of like is moored down to the area.
Okay. So I don't know what to do.
Still, this lid's like moving.
Yeah, got it. So I move as far over to the right as possible, and then those fire things under the bird, are those actually there?
Yeah, it's all fire.
Okay. I move back as like the flames erupt again. Well, how are we gonna free this bird, Monastu, or get to the person behind the bird?
About here, another one of those wispy portals starts to open. And Cross comes into the picture. He's kind of like standing on top of one of the higher areas that, because he can fly, is kind of easier to get to.
That's the birdman I was talking about, by the way.
I don't recall ever seeing him before.
Whoa, hey there, guys. What's going on? Oh, and I look over to my right and see the big bird and what's going on. I'm like, whoa, and what's going on here? And I jump down to where they are.
Well, there's a couple things going on. There's a room behind us that's filled with lava. We're trying to get past this bird to get to the person behind the bird. And there's a coffin to our southeast that's moving. Well, the lid's moving.
Yeah, this one just keeps
rattling.
Just like a rumble rattle. And that's kind of what's going on. Any ideas on what to do?
Well, I can see if I can distract the this big bird in chains over here. If you want to sneak around to the right, you can try that if you feel like it. To see if you can snatch up this person behind the bird.
That'd be a good idea, except there's these little panels of fire shooting out through them.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know how I didn't see that. And what's with these tombs on the side of the room here? Why is it just that one is moving? That looks a little suspicious.
I don't know. I didn't open it.
He went and talked to it.
Yeah, didn't really hear anything. I knocked on it, and that's when it started to move. to me, I guess.
So, like you woke something up. Are all of these other tombs, are they open?
Just the ones that look like they're open, but if you look in them, they don't have anything. And then the other ones are sealed.
Okay.
So I want to try and jump on that platform. I want to do a dexterity check
Oh dear.
and see if I can get on that.
Dexterity check with 1 HP. Here we go.
What else am I gonna do?
You have the bird fly.
Well, hold on. Let's see our other options before you go doing things. I mean, I could fly up there if I need to before you hop up there. But what's this in the center of the room?
You turn around.
It seems to go to like a lower area, kind of partially probably where lava is currently settled, but it's open and it goes down in like this area to like a kind of office open-y desk area.
Wait, so where was the lava? Where did the lava come in?
It's all down here.
South of the whole entire map, or that our room.
Oh, down there. Yeah. Okay. Well, this place is it's getting a little hot in here. We need to figure this out quick. Do you have any ability to confidently? I'm just not sure if we should just go with the plan where maybe you can distract the bird and I can go and grab this person. I don't really know who this person is. I don't really want to put my life on the line. I say we just see what's in this tomb that's knocking, or that's moving around.
You guys do that, and I'm like covered in like my blood-stained clothing. I'm not really feeling too hot to be messing with that too much, seeing as I'm close to dying.
So Cross is like used to injuring himself when he does combat, so he looks at Artis and kind of thinks he's a little wimp because, oh, you got some boo-boos. Okay.
Okay.
Boo-boos.
Okay, well, you can stand that back there if you like, but we're gonna have to do something unless you want to just get overflown by lava. Why don't you go check out the office, and I'm gonna see if I can maybe
Don't just jump down there.
push the tomb open just a little bit.
You got some rope or something?
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, I was confused. I thought it was like a desk area, and then that pit went down. I didn't know the whole room was 20 stories down.
It's freaking suicide.
You told me to investigate the room.
Freaking splats.
He like hits the desk and bounces off onto the ground. As you move it, you see something like blue inside the area. That's moving.
So I take my rope of my 50 feet of rope and tie it around that northeast pillar, right? Hang on.
Ping.
Right there.
You don't even have to move you. You could just be like boof.
Yeah, I was doing that earlier, but I didn't know how I was doing it. So.
There's definitely like a person thing inside the.
I moved
Okay.
closer to help.
Well, let's not open it all the way. Can you look in here with me and see?
God,
I see it's a person, but I can't see what's going on.
let me out. This thing's heavy.
Oh, okay. Who are you? We're trying to open the top right now.
Who are you? I am Heart, person voice thing.
Oh, it's me, Manasu.
Ah, Monastu. Can you help a guy out here?
I ensure Cross that I know him and he's good and I tell him we can remove the top.
Well, I'm glad I came over here and checked before he suffocated. Let's open this thing up.
So you open up, and before you isn't a dragonborn. It's definitely like a tiefling, and he kind of like eases him way out of the coffin. coffin.
I look in confusion.
What's
'Cause
wrong, my friend?
The voice is the same, but it's a tiefling. It's like, you're not a dragonborn? Question mark.
Oh! He points at the amulet. This lets me look however I want. Normally it was on the princess, but she's over there, which you probably also don't recognize because you haven't seen her without this. She's the hobgoblin that was walking around. The guy, the male hobgoblin that was with us earlier before. And then he kind of like sees Artist. Artist, what are you doing over there?
Oh, hey, Hart. It was you in that coffin?
Yeah, did you not tell him that the princess is over there?
Well, I couldn't really see her. The big bird thing was blocking it. And in which case, do you know anything about the bird? Like how to get it to move or anything so we can go get the princess?
No, I just got out of a coffin that I've been trying to lift for the past, I don't know how long.
So you were in there the whole time, Hart?
Yeah, that was me. Finally,
Well,
this
it's nice to
last
have another
portal
person.
just kind of like starts to manifest here. And old David, it's like boop right next to the princess. Boop.
Oh wow, he just gets the hero title. Lucky guy.
That was a bit of an experience. Hey, it's Hart. And what was his name again?
Artist.
Yeah. Artist, got it. Where's everybody?
David.
What?
Oh, look back there. Our rogue friend is back there. I'm gonna go back up on this thing up here where I teleported in,
The beast
just
is
to get a better view.
starting to calm down and like go to sleep.
Yeah, it's a fancy little bird. Where'd you find this?
Shh, don't be too
Believe-
loud. He's
found
finally
it.
going to sleep.
Gotcha. I'll speak a little quieter.
So I take one of my torches and throw it down into this office space to see if like there's anything down there.
It starts to light the papers on fire and various
Oh
other
my-
things in the room. More fire insertion.
Oh.
Where is everyone? What is this place?
David, let's talk about that when you're not by that big beast.
Behind a giant bird in chains.
I
um,
just
Hear me whispering?
anybody that's not Artist or Amanasu want to try and roll to figure out what kind of creature it is?
so while they do that, they just kind of see me like turn around and sit on the ledge and just like put my face in my hands, just like oh god.
I think he's starting to realize how dumb he is.
No.
So, run recognition. We're trying to get everybody out of here. Where is everyone?
You're looking
Please.
at everyone we've seen so far.
But where is Fang? And
Fang, he's not
No.
with you.
Fang?
What?
Not here, no.
Stacks, how big is that fire? Like, can I put it out with the water that I have?
Probably not. There's a lot of paper in there.
Well, okay.
It's just growing.
I just,
are you gonna do anything about that fire over
fuck
there?
it.
I'm
Anyone able to have water, use water spells, water, anything?
Water in this
Can I just walk
fiery
over
freaking
here
pit.
and touch him to give him resistance? so he doesn't kill himself.
I'm just looking down at them. Guys, forget about the fire. Just get away from it.
So do I have fire resistance now?
No, you
Not
don't have
enough
fire
to
resistance.
actually like save you if you get attacked. He's just hoping the flames from like down there don't just like flicker and catch the rest of you on fire. He's hoping for the best.
Asterisk, where is everyone else? We have to get them out of here. This place is dangerous.
We don't know.
Oh, I know what that is. It's a phoenix.
Oh, great.
Nice.
Oh.
Can I pick one of its feathers?
Was like, who's being it? Okay. So the bird is like asleep now, and you see that Hope is kind of like chained down as well to all the other chains. She's got like shackles on her wrists. Does anyone have thieves' tools by chance? Can anyone pick a lock? Any way to get those shackles off the princess?
Fang
Anyone?
maybe does. But where is Fang?
He is not here right now.
Do you know where he is?
If I knew that, No, I do not.
I have thieves' tools.
Do you want to try and...
I like sneak my way past the phoenix, like going underneath its wings and through its feathers and stuff, to the shackles that she has. What is the roll for that?
Just sleight of hand. With advantage, I think.
With advantage?
Yeah.
Oh, because you have thieves' tools.
Yeah.
So does that mean roll twice?
Yeah, and take the higher of the two.
Oh. It would be the 13.
Okay. Yeah, you're well, a little bit of difficulty because like you're not used to picking locks. You're able to break free the shackles and they come off her hand. And then I guess y'all carefully just make your way back to the
Guys,
safer.
yeah, get out of there.
Probably a smarter idea.
But it's such a cool bird.
Just looking at its behind.
Were you trying to get one of its feathers? Or were you just...
Just playing around. I'm not saying he's trying to sleep.
The lava is still kind of like easing its way into y'all's room.
These chains, are they, is the bird just tangled in them, or is it like locked on its legs, or how is it chained down?
While Monastu and the others were closer to it, they could see that there were shackles around its like feet as well, kind of like what's binding it is.
Oh, geez, this lover is really starting to climb in here. We should probably get out of here. I think we should try to use this bird, maybe?
Yeah. I go
Well,
to
let's all.
pick the actual locks on the bird.
Okay.
Everybody, hop on his back so we can get out of here.
Do I have to roll again or?
Yeah, just do the same.
I don't know if I want to hop on the back right away, but I think I'm just gonna watch as you undo the shackles if you make it or not. Stay up here, away from the lava.
20.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you're able to break through the locks. You've gotten better at it in your 2 times of shackle breaking.
What does the bird do as soon
Leveled
as
up.
he unshackles?
It kind of feels that the shackles are off of it, and then it like wakes up.
Everyone, quickly hop on! As I
I hop on.
accidentally
like-
pluck a feather and try to yank it out of here. Like, yeah!
The plucking of the feather like wakes it up, and it kind of like stretches and calls. Is little Will gonna
Are-
die?
Just hovering above the back of the neck, flying above it.
Where did
Will.
Artis? Oh, he's using a restroom. It's too funny. I'll just put him on.
Just-
Oops, sorry, not him. Him. Oh no, no.
The lava's backing off, guys. Get off the bird.
There we go.
He overlapped it.
Just have me do whatever they do, Stacks.
But yeah, the bird's able to like break free of the chains and like fly up above the lava so that it can escape the room. As you're flying up, you kind of reach a certain point where well, we gotta probably drop y'all in here. One sec. Ignore the man behind the curtain. Reach up to like a throne area. Throne chambers. There we go.
I then pet the phoenix.
The bird like lands, and when y'all get off, it kind of like dematerializes into like flaming spurs before it vanishes. And then
Nice.
you're here. Wait, make sure this is on.
Giant room.
Comically large throne.
It's about to go down.
Let me shrink it. Oh goodness, I don't even know what's being written. I need to move this to the map layer. How do I do this? Oh, there it is. There we go. There we go. Then cross is here, and mana stew, and thieving, and cross, and hope. Oh gosh. This is why we can't have nice things. Stop it! Evil. Stop! Paul? And then Fang
Run down, 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 down.
is kind of like at the throne seat area.
Whoa. Okay, that was unexpected.
Bad guy. No. No!
Oh, who's this guy?
That would be Fang.
According to the letters I was under him earlier, it was the bad guy.
Um,
Well, Fancy seeing you here.
Bang! Finally, we have everyone together. Wait a minute. There's one more missing, isn't there? Where's insert name here?
Who?
No, that's everyone. Where is here?
Doesn't matter. We're getting out of here. Everyone gather with us. We have a guy linking us to get you guys out of here.
Can I get?
It feels like someone's missing somebody.
Can I get down from here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just use the tail that you didn't know you had.
The tail is gonna help me with 5, 10, 15-foot drop.
You got no rope?
I mean, I don't know. Do I?
Yeah, you got your rope.
Things are disappearing on me all the time. Anyway, yeah, I just walk around. I hop off the throne, walk around that way, and then down.
Fang, you're all right.
All right is a relative term. I kind of just keep, like rubbing my hand where the knife blade was. And who is this?
Robot chicken.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were talking. I'm Cross. I hear that you're friends with these guys.
Right. Can I see your hand for a moment?
Sorry.
Your hand.
You can see
hands,
you can see
right?
my talon if you like.
Your feet?
I mean, are you a feet? What's wrong with my talons?
Well, that's why
What do
I
you
was asking
want
if
with
I
my
could see your
talons?
hand.
Yes, I can give you my wing if you want.
Jesus Christ, you do realize your character has arms, right?
No, I don't know my character either, I guess.
No one knows what their beasts look like.
Your character has wings, but it also has arms and legs. It's just legs have talons. Rewind.
Says the man
Can
that
I
didn't know
see
he had
your
a tail
hand?
until like, ooh.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I wasn't aware. I thought it was just a big, like, scaly person.
A big scaly person.
Okay,
Can I
hold on.
see-
Let me get this straight. So I have hands, wings, and feet.
Yes.
Bro, look at D&D Beyond. Look at
What?
it.
No, not
Hold
D&D
on.
Beyond.
Yeah.
Just look in a Google
Google.
search.
Or that works too. Like,
Power of the internet.
A
the
Google
internet.
search of what?
AAR.
Oh, you mean Arcanas. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Or Arcanas, or whatever they're called.
Mhm.
In the meantime,
Uh,
all right.
Anyway,
I guess as we have
I need
nobody,
to. I need to see his hand.
Oh, dude, my dude's even cooler now. Hell
Okay.
yeah.
So anyway, can I?
I got
Yes.
hands,
Can I
boys.
see your hand?
I haven't I haven't yeah, how was I grabbing my crossbow all this time with my wings? Okay. Okay, so you want to see my hand? Yeah, sure. Here, what do you want to see my hand for?
As soon as he extends it, I immediately drive a dagger into it.
It just goes through.
I thought, yeah.
It just goes
Ow.
right through it.
Yeah.
Okay, I fly up.
Of
Back
course,
up,
another one of
and
the
I say, I thought you said he was your friend.
Oh, of course, another one of you mind things. How many people are actually real here?
I look at Fang, and I'm like, Fang, stop. They're not actually here.
Are you actually? I would stab you, but you'd probably die. Is anyone actually real here? Last time I believe someone was real, they turned out to just be the fucking demon thing.
So
I turn over to fucking to Ethos, Ethos. Sorry.
No,
And,
you can't. Fang is typically the name I'm going with just because people keep fucking up the other one.
All right. I go over to Fang and historically slap him across the face. It's like, we're not really here, but we need to get you guys out of here.
Right.
Your hand just phases through his.
Yeah. Fang,
Alright,
how
what do we need to
long
do?
have you been here?
I honestly don't know. I was just talking with somebody across the cell after you all disappeared, and then Davik showed up,
Davik?
but he wasn't really him. And I stabbed him in the hand, and then he turned into the thing.
The thing.
Sounds like he's talking nonsense, guys. Are
The-
you sure
the-
we need to bring him?
The Reaper thing, the floating, the asshole who brought us here, that guy.
The Harbinger.
That's what it's fucking called? The Harbinger. Yes, that guy.
Well,
And it kind of backfired because now my hand hurts like a bitch.
Guys, it's not
So-
the time to have a conversation. We should really get out of here
All
Like,
right, fine.
now.
Fine.
With that, I try to ring on the Imperial string that's on me to bring these guys back.
big booming voice is like, "Hello, children.
Oh God.
Have you
What's
Hey, Chef.
have you found the ones that you want to tether to?"
What
We got
the
'em.
fuck is that?
Everyone gather together.
Dude,
Oh no,
Don't worry, he's on our side.
no. There's 4 of them,
Yes.
but there's only 3 of you.
Oh, what fresh hell.
Oh,
Let me
dear.
guess, you can only take 3 back.
Well, that's how that works, I'm afraid.
Let's see if you can bring somebody who's on the outside. Get the goblin. Maybe he can help us with this endeavor.
Go, take these 3.
No, we got this. Send the
Send
goblin.
the goblin.
Oh, Fang,
Take.
Fang. There's also a Warforged that wants to talk to you.
Oh,
A
dear.
what?
He's like, definitely don't take me.
On second thoughts, definitely just take these 3. Come back for me later.
Fang, you can't be serious. They came all this way to get us. We just have to figure out a way to get back, and we can't get back without you. So, don't try this like loner thing that you do that never actually works.
Okay, it's not really a loner thing. It's more of just a you leave, getting you out of here kind of thing. Because we could leave the other one, but, then I have to deal with that. And Lord knows his sword will probably do some bullshit. And then Hart already wants to kill me, so leaving him
Why
here...
would I ever want to kill you, my friend? It's about this time that you realize that he's not actually like acting like himself. He's his old chippery type heart self.
Hart, how are you feeling right now?
Perfectly fine. Why?
No reason, just surprised everyone is so chipper.
Oh, we're going back. What's not to be chipper about?
I just want somewhere where I could heal.
Alright, well, how are we getting out of here?
Well, booming voice, you all need to decide which 3 is coming back. And also, the goblin ran away. And I'm in a position where I cannot necessarily go searching for other people because I am trying to keep this all together.
Right. Well, Hope is for sure going. So then, between the other 3 of us, who is staying behind?
I'll go back.
You have to go back.
Yeah.
You weren't really. You were always gonna go back. Sorry, allow me to rephrase this. Between myself, Ardis and Hart, who is staying?
I know we can play stone, dagger, scroll.
Are you talking boulder parchment shears?
Yes, yes, yes.
That doesn't really work with 3 people. You know that, right?
Well, we just do 1 and 1, and then 1 and 1 other.
Oh, why not? Are we actually about to do fucking boulder parchment shears right now?
Sure. Roll a d4.
Oh, I thought we were just straight up about to like just go like on camera, like. Just
Oh
go
god, just like.
Go for it.
Yeah. Boulder parchment shears. All right, I'm rolling a d4. I'll roll it. We'll try rolling it in here. All right, 1, 2, skilly dilly do. Juan, nice, nailed it. Champion status.
I got a 2.
Looks like I will be staying.
No, that means you won. Roll again.
What?
Not you.
Oh, I was confused as shit. I was like, what do you mean I won?
You're number 1.
I got a 3.
Oh dear.
So,
Well, it looks like old Artis is staying behind.
we will remember you for at least a little while.
Yes, for a minute.
Whatever.
Is he just
He
done?
didn't even defend himself. I was like, wait. He's like, fuck you guys. We have a
I
new
didn't
character.
want to go back anyways.
I'm gonna make a new character with a bigger sword.
He wants to go explore fire pits here. It's okay.
This fool already is about dead, and now he's like fucking running around playing with fire every time chance he gets.
Have you all decided
Yes, oh great being.
who's staying behind then?
I will stay behind.
Okay, everyone else align yourselves with your proper person things. Oh gosh, so much movement. What kind of figure 8 thing is this?
I don't fucking know. I'm standing next to fucking the jabroni. Bird boy needs to get in line.
I don't want to stand by you.
You just stabbed him.
In my defense, a lot of things have been fake near me, and I
You're
didn't
mental.
recognize him.
Thought I
You
was
spend
mental.
a long time in purgatory, okay?
I did say he kills people in Fang fashion.
I stab things. What do you want from me? I don't recognize you, and I've been in purgatory. And the last, and it's like, all right, cool. Let me go stab you real quick. Make sure you're a real thing. And then what happened? Not a real thing. So, who's right? Who's wrong here? My scientific method is just perfect.
Flawless.
Well,
So kids,
next you need to come in contact with the Aether being next to you.
So we just overlap.
No, just
Okay.
like hold their hands. Don't make it weird.
But they're not really here.
you
I
can
don't-
try to stab my
Just
hand again.
try
I'm
and
used to
touch
it.
them, be in contact with them, do something.
I reach out and kind of just place my hand on what would be his shoulder.
Okay.
I placed my talon around his neck.
So you try to lift your leg up and wrap it on a thing that's 5 and some odd feet high. You, sir, are like gently like balance.
He is a bird.
Okay,
That is
cool. He's
true.
a bird. I'm still a 6-foot lizard man. So then to take his leg up that high, like
I mean, he could hover.
That would require him to fly at that point, and which would then
No,
defeat the
I'm used to
purpose.
lifting my talons up. I use them to attack.
Okay, you. All right, never mind. We're rolling. Doesn't matter. Doesn't
The
matter.
semantics don't matter.
Semantics.
Just be in contact.
All right, we're in contact.
So when they're in contact, freaking Art or Fang's body starts to like shimmer, like he's accepting the etheric flow. Same for Hope. Not so much for Heart, however.
Oh, so it does turn you on
What?
Oh.
with my talons around your neck.
Once again, your talon's not around my neck, but okay, whatever you say. I can't wait to actually screw you. I can't wait. I now understand why your other party killed you. I now understand why you were the first fucking thing on the menu for the chopping block.
Oh, but they were begging to have me back.
Yeah, just so they had something else to kill. I mean, what?
What seems to be the problem?
So I walk over to Hart and investigate the I think it's the necklace. I investigate the necklace.
How? What are you trying to do?
What would you say? Arcana, investigation, or history?
If you're doing the necklace, go for Arcana.
All right. Uh, 12.
You notice that it's slightly different than what you're used to the necklace looking like from way back when. What seems to be the problem, artist?
Hart,
He's using NordVPN.
Hart, what's going on with my necklace? And I like point to where like the necklace is hanging off him.
Your necklace? I thought this was your boss's necklace, or the guy that told the necklace.
Semantics.
What do you mean?
What's
What's
going
going
on?
on with it? It's around my neck, doing things.
No, it's different. It's not blue anymore. It's red.
Probably because we're here. I don't know.
And I reach out and like where I reach out and like put the like where the stone is. I like hold it in my hand and like try and like pull it off a Heart.
Hart like grabs your hand. He's like, "Buddy, what are you doing?"
And then I like push his hand off and like pull the necklace off him.
He like takes his tiefling hand and like grabs it around your throat.
Hart, what are you doing?
I step up and move around through the astral form of this guy, and then immediately grab Hart like in a full Nelson around the back.
What are you doing?
Does anything-
Just relax, Hart. We just want to look at the necklace for a moment.
Do not touch it.
Why is that?
So I start.
You don't need it anymore, Hart.
Can I
Okay, so as I have him like around the back, like got my hands here, I just like go to undo the necklace. Like I just go to undo it.
He tries and like reaches for your hands to like stop you.
I let go of Hart and grab hold of
Don't allow that to happen.
Idris.
I just kind of keep bobbing and weaving so he can't grab me.
I let go of Hart and grab onto Idris.
Oh,
Artist, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, all right, let's go.
Artist's body starts to glow. Like the other, well, aside from, I guess, Fang, who's not in contact with Cross anymore.
Quick, someone needs to grab Fang.
Grab Fang while he's in full Nelson.
I'm like, okay, so now I have it. So obviously something's fucked up here. So I go to like break the chain off of him.
The necklace comes off and like shatters in place.
Okay. What does Heart revert back to his normal shape?
There's a reversion.
It's Mio, ain't it?
No.
The fuck is it? What the fuck is it?
God.
The Harbinger.
Fucking goddamn Harbinger thing again, ain't it?
Oh God.
You goddamn son of a bitch! I knew I should have stabbed you! I'm waiting for whatever the fuck to pop up. What the fuck is that?
What the? A model?
What is this?
What?
Who is Pretty Boy? Who is this?
I had to zoom in.
Over all the chaos, you're able to see Faint standing there.
What the fuck?
It would seem the plan did not go accordingly.
I immediately throw him like in this general direction. Like I just kind of like toss him back. Because that was obviously a fake thing, right? That wasn't like a real fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell? You know what? Where the fuck did you come from? Actually, new plan. I notch an arrow and shoot it at his foot.
God, what are you doing?
Did it actually hit?
Yeah.
Okay, so it
What's
actually
out of
hit.
here, Omen? Now.
Why are you shooting?
In my defense, once again, people change into other things when damaged. That guy, I stabbed someone, they turned into the Grim Reaper thing, the Harbinger. I stabbed that thing, and turned out it wasn't even really here. And now I shot him after I grappled him, except he kind of didn't change, but he wasn't the right thing in the beginning. I'm not crazy. I promise. I'm not crazy.
Not to
Hey, is
interject, but there is a time limit on how long you can be here.
Is the rogue still here in the room? Or are they gone?
I'm the rogue. What are you talking about?
No, Theaven. I thought he was one too.
No, he's a fighter. Fighter sorcerer.
Oh.
Yeah, he's still in here.
He's just still
Fang,
holding on to her? Okay.
Fang, just grab onto Hope and let's get out of here.
Well, no,
That's
he's already
not how that
gone to.
works.
Not at all how that works.
I thought
Okay.
you just had to hold on to somebody.
You have
Well,
to
no,
hold
you-
on to one of the Aether people, the people that aren't
Oh.
actually here.
Holding
Just
on
hold
to
on to
Idris
hope.
now. Let's go. Let's go.
I grab onto Bird Boy.
Very well. Then
I hate to do this to you, but we have to go.
no.
Shoot.
I mean, once again, that might come back to bite us in the dick later, but
Hey, he wasn't compatible.
look,
I don't
he
know.
wasn't. But at the same time, all y'all motherfuckers were like, "Let's go!" And I'm like, well,
I mean, to be fair,
again.
every time we stick around to get more information, we usually kind of get fucked over. Like, remember we stuck around in the town and the Harbinger came?
All right, now that would have happened regardless. That would have
Yeah,
happened
but, I mean,
regardless.
There's
That
a
is
couple
what we,
times.
that's what we classify as a forced cutscene. That no matter what you do beforehand, that cutscene ends the same way, ish. We weren't making it out of that town in one fucking piece.
And then y'all
You do
just
not press
move.
go. Your arm gets chopped off.
That is an unskippable fucking cutscene.
And you all
There's
appear
no-
back in Toll Run, next to your respective tethers, and y'all are back in your bodies now.
Man, I
no
feel
longer.
like I had an out-of-body experience. No.
I definitely push Fang away, and I just fly over here, away from all of you.
So long. Oh god. I immediately knock back a health potion.
Yeah, same.
Okay, it actually works this time, so.
Sweet Mother Mary. I don't know who Mother Mary is, but it seemed like a good thing to say.
Wait, so. If that was faint, where's Heart? And how long
That's-
has
I knew
that
we were
been
missing
faint?
somebody. Gosh.
Well, he did seem a bit off. Oh
The
shit, I actually
overly
don't have any.
cheery.
I don't actually have any health potions.
Somebody explain to
Oh,
me who's
God.
faint. Who was that guy?
Faint was a. To make a long story very short, we stole his ship, which then he found us and took back, and then kind of kidnapped us. Regardless, shapeshifter worked for the kingdom, the empire. Kingdom. It's fine. He was kind of okay / kind of sus.
Well, I'm glad you grabbed me and I took you back here rather than what I was gonna do and grab him.
Well, he seems he wasn't compatible to begin with, so yay.
I guess that would have been pointless.
Oh god, I need to sleep. Something.
Well,
Oh,
we'll
God.
just continue this. Boop. 1 second.
We are moving.
Here.
Oh shit. I just realized. Right. Okay, so where we are. Good.
Oh no. He just
So
poofs y'all
we
back
need to
into
go.
the well, I'll say he poofs you into your rooms
Okay.
so that it's not an immediate like oh dear. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, I already
no.
have a room here. That's nice.
He's like he appears y'all in the hallway so that y'all know that y'all are back. Well, that was a very interesting outing. If you will excuse me, I'm going to go to bed because I am convinced that you all are crazy.
I just say fuck it. I just walk to my bed. I don't say anything. I just walk away.
I do as well. I'm out. And I go into Hope's room. I don't trust any of you other motherfuckers just yet. Well, let me rephrase this. I don't trust Bird Boy, and I sure as shit am not sharing a room with that fucking Warforged.
I go back to the room I was in when I awoke.
I'm just gonna take whatever room is empty. This suite looks nice.
Ooh.
Nice big double bed.
Everyone can get like well rested and recover any lost stuff that they have.
Yes, good.
I'm here to talk with you for a little bit.
Oh, hello. I
Just
was
wakes him up.
just trying to sleep, you know, considering I transported you to a different dimension with your astral forms. It took a lot out of me. I've had a long day.
I understand that, but I have some questions about something from that other realm.
What? Something?
Do you know of a shapeshifting crystal or a shapeshifting necklace?
No. There's potentially lots of shape-shifting necklaces out there. Some better quality than others, I imagine.
What about a red crystal necklace?
There is something, but it can't be. They're long extinct, I'm sure. You must have been mistaken, I would imagine. Glimmer, fire, somehow change the coloring for you? Could you have been mistaken? Oh, I can't hear him.
Say no and give him an uppercut.
What? David, are you muted?
Please elaborate.
Elaborate. What do you mean?
That ancient creature you talked about.
Oh, the distinct race? I was referring to changelings, but they're long since gone. I would imagine. The Empire made short of them, I would hope.
Which one?
All of them. They were
No, which empire?
the Empire. The Empire. The one that Triperion is comprised of. The one and only Empire. They obliterated the changeling race because of, obviously, their capabilities.
You have a good night.
Right. Yes. Okay. That wasn't weird at all. The Warforged is just kind of in the room with you. It's just like slunched out in the corner, not doing anything. Day and night kind of pass hand in hand. Before long, it's daytime again. But the rooms haven't been like checked on or anything, so there's that bonus.
How many hours have gone by?
Like
Long rest.
12.
Okay.
It is a long rest. Okay,
Yes, long
that's
rest.
what I was gonna ask.
Yes.
Quit changing your
Right.
orientation.
I have to debate on stuff.
That was a good nap. Now what to do for the rest of 4 hours?
So. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't. I assume everybody's like up and moving at this point.
So
Really, I just need fucking Omen.
He wakes up and he's out in the hallway.
Omen. Hello, I didn't believe I had the pleasure. My name is Fang.
You're the Fang that we've heard so much about.
That didn't exactly sound like a compliment. I have a request, if I may be so bold.
Sure.
Would you, by chance, be willing to teleport us again?
Ho, 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 ho. I'm afraid that might be a no.
So I just need to get north. We're trying to get to Vagrant. I'm not trying to go to another plane of existence, another dimension. We are simply trying to get out of here, and well, the town is currently looking for us.
Mm-hmm.
So getting out of here unseen via teleportation would be beneficial.
Beneficial perhaps, but beneficial for you all, not for me.
Right. What is it going to cost?
Oh, it's not the matter of cost. It's just that I don't want to do it. You all seem to be a very motley crew of various troublemaking sort, I cannot associate myself with you all any longer. It could potentially draw attention to me, which I am a man who does not like to draw attention to himself, which is why I'm just going to bid you fair due.
He just teleported right in front of my face.
Yep. Rude. Right, so that didn't go as planned.
That's happened. Well, Hope. It will appear that we need to yet again disguise ourselves and try to slip out of town.
Okay. Well, I'm not exactly sure what that thing was that brought us to that other place and whether or not it can come back, but we need to figure out how to defend ourselves from it should it arise again.
Well, stabbing does not work. Magic does not work. And biting does not work. So I'm fresh out of ideas.
What are you guys going on about? As I take a large sip of my Stein.
Jesus Christ.
We're trying to figure out how to get to Vagrant City without actually leaving the town, because everyone in town is looking for probably not you all, but at least us three, minus Hart.
Well, we do have evidence of what happened from the goblin, don't we?
What do you mean?
Well, he had the hologram. What happened yesterday?
Oh, that was from the
Warforged.
Warforged.
Oh, even better. We have it with us. Don't have to go to the goblin.
What
We
do
just
you
show
mean?
these townsfolk what happened.
What
Oh.
happened? Because we definitely kind of did that.
Yeah, but it wasn't your fault.
Well, yeah, but townsfolk don't typically care when their own are dead.
That it's not your fault. It was the Harbinger, which will probably be back. And we can have more people to fight against this thing. Maybe even find somebody who can know something about it. Oh.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to get out of here, and we are trying to get up to Vagrun. Vagrun, which is a bit of bigger of city than this port town, and we can actually, I have contact.
Not to mention, we have to deal with this princess, which is no longer disguised. So,
Yes, the amulet is definitely with Hart still.
Well, I can make her look a bit more of a lowborn, but yeah.
Actually, can we not do that?
But I thought you wanted to be disguised.
Normally, yes, but I feel that my position actually might grant us more favor than not using it. And I'm frankly kind of tired of going around things to get answers. And it's not fair to either of y'all, either, to be placed with this type of responsibility.
Right, but then again, drawing attention to ourselves may not necessarily be the greatest of moves.
We don't necessarily have to draw attention to ourselves, but we also don't necessarily have to go out of our way to not draw attention to ourselves. Because, frankly, it seems like that Harbinger is going to track us down regardless, whether we look like ourselves or not. And I don't know. I feel like we need to stop hiding and start fighting and start taking, like, people's
Bold
heads.
actions.
Yes. This.
I wasn't gonna say heads, but
No, we're gonna take heads. Because if people are trying to kill me, well, and y'all, then we're just gonna have to take care of them.
The princess said, "Y'all."
As you wish, Your Highness. All right. So then, what is the play?
Oh no,
Let's
this
try to-
isn't my move.
Why don't we try to get a ship and head north of you, what you were trying to do earlier?
Isn't that what we sent Fank to do?
Yeah, but from where I gathered, it didn't exactly pan out.
If I'm not mistaken,
Would
the
anyone
ship
like to
got-
elaborate on that?
it would seem heart is faint. And
No.
faint is heart? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, for fuck's sake. No. No. Faint failed and then took the shape of heart and that of the place. It was more of the fact that Faint got captured is kind of more
Oh, yes,
my
yes,
thing.
yes.
About what could have happened on their side of it. If anyone had heard anything about what happened, anyone in particular might have heard. Man, come on.
So Monastew should
I
know
zoned out for a second.
that
You fucker.
that one of Faint's crew members is at the Pathway Inn as well, recovering from the failed attempt at taking the airship.
Right. Okay, so he lets us know about that. All right. How about this? You four, meaning Thavian, Manastu, the Warforged, and Bird Boy, go and get a ship and meet us out the front gate. Get us, and then we get out of here.
But how are you going to get out of the inn?
Well, we get out of the end and beeline it to the front gate, which is the closest one. Shorter walk than trying to make it all the way across town into the docks.
I have no quarrel with this town.
Fang, how many of those daggers do you have?
I have two. I have two of them.
Can I borrow one?
I draw one of the daggers and hand it to her.
Okay. You guys will go and get an airship, and we'll get out of this inn.
Here we go.
Oh, okay.
Boop. This is ought to be fun. All right. I'm still going to attempt to stealth my way out of this city. I don't know what she's going to be doing, or what fucking Artist is going to be doing, but I am going to be stealthing the fuck up out of here, or at least attempting to.
Wait, so it would be artists, and then these are the ones that can kind of like go scout for. You should also be able to move 8-bit or the Warforged there, Monastu.
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So Hope comes down the stairs. It's relatively empty. She does notice the shipmate from Faint's crew kind of like drinking his sorrows away from all his losses. Other than that, it's pretty much empty. She walks up to him as he's like mid sip, and she draws the dagger and like quickly holds it to his throat. He kind of like stops and like carefully puts the mug of half empty ale down on the table.
Yeah.
So this is gonna go one of one ways. You are going to tell us exactly what happened with you and Faint and the others in order to keep your head. So as she says that, they kind of go into a little discussion about the events that took place when Faint wanted to hijack the airship. Meanwhile, Mildred sees you all come down, and she's like, "Oh, I tried my best to keep them out of here, but they're on a blood hunt. They're looking for you all."
Yes, it would appear they are. Unfortunately, well, fortunately, it didn't. We didn't do it exactly. It was kind of a lot of Harbinger's interference and a lot of unfortunate circumstances, but we will be leaving post haste.
Well, that's good. I mean, you're welcome back here anytime. I can't speak for the other townspeople, but you by far have been the most generous compatriots we've had here.
And for your troubles, I slide her 10 gold.
Oh gosh, is that more of Artis's money?
To forget that we were ever here.
Oh, this is most generous. You didn't have to do that.
I just smile, and then proceed to, like, listen in on the fucking interrogation happening.
Hope like walks up to you. So, interesting thing that Home Slice was talking about over there. Apparently, there was a man that looked awfully similar to Omen that brought Faint to that realm in the first place when he was trying to hijack the airship.
Interesting. I will definitely have to remember that for next time, if
He
there
just
is
like,
a next time. For him, one moment while I just hop into D&D Beyond and there's something in here real quick.
Oh my gosh. Don't trust this mother.
I mean, a simple super duper not cool, I feel, suffices as a description of this Garrett. Jesus Christ. Okay, so we're gathered up. What are they doing?
I guess they're scouring the town for airships, which they're in the middle town here. Where's my NPCs? Up there. Oop. And there. You come across two familiar faces, being Lady Rosemary and obviously Alpheus, who you barely caught wind of there, Monastu, as you're heading towards the dock.
Is that where the ships are? I'm guessing.
It's where a lot of the different ships are. This whole kind of area, upper area, as well as other shops and districts of that nature. Monastu, the Warforge calls out to you.
Yes.
Fang.
What about?
Dangerous.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
Got it.
Oh, it's we met yesterday, right?
Yeah, in the market with all the dead bodies.
Yes.
That
So
How'd the cleanup go?
not well. I mean, it goes as cleanups do. But were you able to find out any other information?
No. We went to the what was it? Blacksmith and like paid a visit to that part of town, asked some questions, but the goblin had no answers.
8-bit's kind of behind you, just like playing with the holograph that's like replaying the events, but they haven't like picked up on it yet. Right. So let's see. We were able to clear out all the bodies. Still haven't found any descriptions of people that match them yet, but we are still on the lookout, so there's that. Again, any of your help would be mostly appreciated.
No problem.
And they kind of just like boop off. Head off. Head that way.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Point to the hologram behind you. I have this. Fucking Warforged. Just help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only fucking hope. Goddamn
Nah.
Yes. There you are. Yes, we have some news about that situation happened yesterday.
Good news.
What?
If
Where are
you
you?
care to turn around and look at the forge, the war forge.
Wait, where the hell are you?
Where are you coming from?
He's in the
You're in the
How's
wrong building.
Are you sure I'm at the
talking
wrong
from
building?
up here.
You just need to be over here.
Zoom out.
I can't even ping on my screen.
That's because you're a peasant. So you want to head this way, and this way, and this way, and then this way.
You just enjoyed doing that, don't you?
Yes.
Why? I'm talking to you, Fang.
That's not who. I'm not the only Kenobi that we need to talk here. You need to tell these fools up yonder.
Why am I not talking to you? You're right here.
He just left.
I have disappeared. I have rogued, and I no longer exist on this plane. I am one with the shadow.
Anybody see Fang? Oh, there he is.
Oh no.
So yeah, about the news of yesterday. I was
Alakazam.
talking.
Sorry.
So anyway, I was talking to the to Odin over there yesterday before we went to bed, and he had some news about that talisman that was around his neck. So these creatures called the changelings that were knocked out by the emperor himself, and you think that would have been what quote unquote heart was?
Or you mean faint?
Hard was not a no. Hard was a paladin. He was a dragonborn. He was no.
I'm talking about the person who was impersonating Heart.
Oh.
Faint. That's it. Actually, maybe.
Fang, your time at the palace, did you ever come across anyone that wore a necklace similar to his?
There was a few. I always assumed it was the sorcerer's thing, like a trinket, a badge of some sort. I never really paid much mind to them, honestly. They were just another another section of your father's court. Yeah, the mages, the knights, the rogues. Well, rogue.
Hmm. In that case, Faint may have been this changeling thing that you spoke of this whole time?
It's not outside the realm of possibilities.
What are changelings, though? I haven't heard of them.
Apparently, he said they were ancient beings that used to roam the lands until the until the emperor came along.
I mean, from what I understand, they could change parts of their physiology to anything. I mean, it's the best ability to hide. It's almost like a disguise. They can disguise themselves to the, cantrip, the disguise self, but they just do it naturally without magic.
Oh, wow. Well, I wonder what the necklace is for then. Maybe to, like, prevent us from seeing through their ruse?
Maybe it's to help hold the form? I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I have questions about. If the changelings could change by themselves, why would they need necklaces?
Maybe it just helps maintain the form or something.
But if that's the case, then why would the emperor have them wiped out so quickly?
Because you may not need to hold the form for an extended period of time to, I don't know, walk into a castle and kill the king or the duke.
There's so many pieces that we just don't have access to.
That's true.
I guess we can get more information later on. In the meantime, we can spread the news about what happened yesterday with the the quote unquote undead, along with the townsfolk are here.
Ah,
Where
yes.
is jeez, I forgot her name already. What was it? Guinevere?
Guinevere?
Gwendolyn? I can't remember her name. Something with a G, I remember.
Gwendolyn.
Oh, no!
Oh dear.
What happened?
What happened?
My... whatchamacallit's still up. It's like my Zoom call just like booped away.
Nice.
Ignore the man behind the curtain.
Anyway, I'm trying to get at. Let's go find the other two who were cleaning up the bodies yesterday and try to get in contact with them about the information that happened with the bot.
Well, it can't hurt, honestly. I mean, it can hurt. It can kill us, but you know what I mean.
Yes, but we have proof of what happened with the Warforge.
Well, just do that.
Where is that Warforge?
I guess, yeah, we could.
Okay.
To be fair, I kind of
just
like
flying
Tolan.
around. And I see the guys that were doing the investigation yesterday.
Oh, hello there again.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
I'm perfectly fine. We're still investigating the mishap that happened the other day.
Yeah, right. There was some rumors going around. A guy named Fang was back in town. I think he was the one who I guess killed the people or zombies, is what I hear.
So his name's Fang?
Yes.
I mean, we can add it to our report. I don't think I know a thing.
Yeah, I think so the people that were talking about it, they were saying he was down in the I don't know what you call it, the hotel down here.
Oh, the pathway in.
Yeah, the pathway in, right.
Do you
If you
think you
guys want to go look there.
could you show us? You
Yeah, sure.
you have like a description of him, right?
I do. Yeah, he is pretty much a lizard. And note that he does have a tail.
So he's in here.
Are there
No.
any airships that I'm able to?
Ah, there you
fly
guys are.
around?
We were just talking about.
Oh.
You have the information about
Hello
what
there.
happened yesterday. Yes, we have the information of what happened yesterday. Please come in here.
Oh, there you guys go.
For airships, it'll be these guys over here.
Oh, they're docked over there. Got it.
This
Yeah.
motherfucker. This motherfucker. Bird
Oh,
boy
God.
trying to get fucking barbecued. Let me tell you.
Oh, so they just
All
like
right,
walk
guys.
into the inn.
All right, folks. Where's the Warforge? We have important information to show you. What's to bring this thing out here?
There he is. There's your
You
lizard man.
are Fang. Oh, and
Wait.
you're the other female elves.
Wait. No, wait, stop. We have a misunderstanding here. Please, everyone, listen. We need the Warforge.
I don't know what that is, but if you three could come with me, that would be great.
I'm sorry. Who are you again?
Hi, I am Lady Donna Rosemary. I am the paladin that is kind of in charge here, you know, for crime and other things of that nature. We investigate
Okay, well,
it.
you guys have a good day, guys. Bye.
Where's the Warforge? There you are. Finally.
I walk in the door in the middle of all this. I'm like, guys, I found where the airships are, and I just
Guys, I found a bow.
I'm sorry. You all know each other?
Listen, we can
Something like
explain. Bring the Warforge for the love of goodness. Please,
Wait,
watch this.
yo, Iron Giant. Show them what happened, though. That's your name now.
No,
kind
it's
of-
not his name at all, but okay.
He kind of just like shuts down because he hasn't been charged.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck off. Those things sleep like a normal fucking person. Don't even fuck with me on that one.
Oh no, he's been up all night watching Monastew.
In my sleep.
Yep, making sure you're safe. You didn't tell him to go to sleep. You didn't tell him to shut down. So,
They're not okay.
hey,
We're
he
gonna-
has
He's a
a
UK
monkey
plug.
line.
They only have US plugs.
We're gonna talk all fucking line about how fucking Warforges function.
Well, yeah,
Does
I
this
know how
hotel have a
Warforge
USB type-
functions, but this world's version of Warforge are slightly different.
Does this hotel have a USB Type-C charger?
I don't know what that is, but I do know that you all match the description of the people that we need to question.
If I may be so bold.
Before you arrest these people, do you know anything about the Harbinger?
The Harbinger?
Yes. The
Um,
Harbinger.
Legend has it, it seeks out catalysts to, it's kind of dreary, but to siphon out their souls and use them as, like, energy for themselves.
Weird. And just yesterday, it came on a rampage to harvest soul of people dying, wasn't there?
There was a Harbinger here yesterday.
Now, you may
That
not
is
believe me, but this
precisely
actually
what
happened.
Okay. Where's your proof?
Well, unfortunately,
Iron
since somebody
Giant is our proof.
and unfortunately somebody didn't turn it off, so save its energy. But if we can get this thing charged up, it will explain all the information you will need.
What does that have to do with the massacre?
Because it had a hologram of what happened here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did the
So-
massacre not happen?
It's more complicated than that. They weren't people. When they died, they were changed by the Harbinger into undead. And then were changed back upon their demise.
Well, this is all very exciting, but I run on a proof base, like,
They saved your town
schedule.
from a zombie apocalypse.
Sounds a little
Right.
sus.
I really. They're blocking the door, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. Just making sure on top of my head.
If you could just come down to the station with me, we can get this all sorted out. We'll question the two ladies, we'll question you. Do you know if the tiefling is around?
The tiefling is not
Is dead.
around, no.
The tiefling is dead.
From my assumption, yes, Tiefling
We-
died.
He is not with us, and he could possibly be dead. We're not sure. We got separated.
Why does this sound very much more complicated than just what happened yesterday?
Can you charge this Warforge
I
for the love of the
don't know
gods?
what that is. I've never
I mean, it has
seen
the
a
sleeve.
Warforged in my life.
Okay. Here's what I will go with you
Okay.
to your station.
Okay.
We will get the Warforged charged back up, and he will show you the proof that what happened yesterday was a travesty, but it's something that was not avoidable.
Hey Stax, thanks for letting me drop by.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
You can head to the goblin
I
blacksmith.
I just kind of hold my hands up because obviously this isn't going anywhere. Because either this ends with me going with them or we fight, and I really don't feel like trying to murder these two in this place.
Okay. So
So I literally just kind of put my hands out in front of me like this, like put the cuffs on.
the silent guy kind of like waves his hand, and like shackles start to appear on you and Hope and Artis's wrists. And at this point, boys and girls, we are going to conclude the episode with our 3 current suspects being taken into custody because fun times.
Let me tell you this much: Cross is gonna have a real bad fucking day soon. He's gonna have a real bad fucking day real soon. Like, there's bad days, and there's gonna. He thought the last part he had kill him. Nah, they were too subtle.
Nah, I've been to hell. It can't get any worse.
Yeah, it can. Promise. Promise. I'll find a way.
You couldn't find your tail until now, so I
Bitch,
mean,
you didn't know you had arms. Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god.
I did.
Your
Blind leading
your
the
whole
blind.
excuse, your whole argument goes out the window because you're like, you didn't know you had a tail. You didn't know you had arms.
You know what?
Like,
You're an
fuck off.
experienced D&D person, okay?
Not a lizard folk player, all right? Just because you're like, some of the stuff's changed. Like the dragons have tails. I wasn't sure if the lizards had tails.
Did Dragonborns have tails? I actually didn't think that was a thing.
I'm fairly, or actually, do they? Now I'm second guessing myself because now I think. Oh no, they don't, and that's why I thought the lizards didn't. I thought it was just like, oh, the rest of them appeared like dragon-esque, minus not like without having a tail. So I thought the lizards were the same shit.
To work.
Listen, I will say this: I didn't think Mr. Warforged here would just shut down at the right time.
No, that is some DM bullshit because
Yeah.
Warforged don't run on battery. Warforges are a playable race that are fucking like people.
Yeah, normal
They rest
Warforged.
like normal
These are
fucking
homunculi Warforged. They have to rest, just like everybody
You
else. They got
mother-
exhaustion. He was up
Yeah,
the whole
he
time
rested.
while y'all were in the freaking dimension
He
thing,
rested.
and he was up watching Monastery. Like, he's been up for a while.
You
Like,
didn't. You're saying that then these aren't people. These are things.
Yes.
Okay. You need to fucking explain that.
I don't know how
Because-
else do you explain this carcass
said
that
they
does
were
not
like-
move.
Because that would be like saying, oh, it can't do anything because it doesn't have a it doesn't have a soul. So when you put a fucking soul into it, then in that following that train of logic, that person's soul or essence or mind
Takes over the
would then
Warforged.
take over the Warforged. So the Warforged would
That's what I
have that
thought.
personality trait of the thing that took over it.
Yeah,
Which
it
and
still
then
needs
would
to
mean-
rest.
Which would mean that it would know to fucking sleep. It would try to eat.
Nope.
To eat.
Mm-mm.
It would try to
Nope.
do shit that it used to do as a person, but it's gonna have a different result due to being a
Because
psychical thing.
it's still programmed to listen to its freaking master.
You,
just-
Wow, very loyal. I like how this story's going. He's in shackles. Let's go, baby.
Hey, we haven't even done the encounter of freaking the Warforged meets Fang again. So enjoy
I kept
that.
waiting on that to happen, and you never brought it up. So I'm like, all right, we're just gonna keep riding this out.
I mean,
guess.
it's too much of an escalation for us to just try and like cram it in real quick. We want to let that brew. But yes, there will probably not be any more Team Machina or Team Prime episodes this year. We'll continue again next year because I'm trying not to do any during the holidays, and I don't want to keep like giving one to the other in any way like that. But anyways, at the end of this episode, everyone is now level 4 for the end of episode 5. So you can level your guys up to level 4. However, now opens up your first chance to multi-class, and I'm currently not limiting it to just Team Machina specific classes. So if you feel that you want to learn something else, then go ahead. Or if you just want to continue to be like full on whatever your current class is, not speaking for David because he's already like gone in a direction already, but that was already talked about. But yeah, everybody else can level up and kind of like either branch out or stick with, but make sure you're level 4 before the next episode. The other thing is I'm going to have probably a Christmas special next week, kind of around the same time. It'll be kind of figure out who done it, murder mystery for a who killed Santa Claus. Santax Claus, who is a freaking lion, whatever that new lion race is that came out. I'll have to look it up. But he's going to be that, and he's going to be dead, and we're going to figure out who did it. And it's going to be fun, because they're all going to have motives for having killed him. So, that's never, as we've seen tonight, it's never in your favor, even if it's an accident. So... stay tuned for that. Thanks everybody for showing up. Thanks for everybody that I didn't know was going to show up that showed up, and then we got to change things at the last minute because that's fun. So 1-800 was happening. But yeah, tonight was definitely a pretty cool episode, and it's cool that the party's back together again. Well, rip heart, but all other party members are accounted for. But yeah, that is going to be it. I will raid somebody if they are on. Let's see. Who's on? Jeez. It's like nobody's streaming right now. Let's see. Is there somebody?
You got Batchild on.
Is
Batchild
he-
and Purger's on right now.
Oh, that just refreshed all out of nowhere.
I was gonna say Robo.
It was giving me like 3 options.
I was gonna say there's a lot of people on right now. I'm So Brown, Robo Dessert, Purger, Batchild.
I don't think I've ever rated I'm So Brown before. Have I?
Do it. Do it.
Have I rated I'm So Brown? I don't know. We're about
I
to.
don't know.
So
Let's do it
he is
now.
playing Cyberpunk 2077. If you have tier 1 emotes, be sure to pop them in the old chat box. I have some new ones that I just made, so enjoy those. I got the hype one. I got freaking Starboy freaking with his Snowboy hat on. I got freaking Rose with her music thingamajig. Like, pick some, just, you know. And if you're like a bit thrower, you probably got access to other ones that are out there. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. But yeah, here we go. Thanks again. See you next time. Bye bye.
Adios.